question. So, like, are Kamui and I 500 people worth of relatedness together?
See, look, that sounds like a yes. That sounds like a yes. Oh, yes without a yes. Wait, are we live? Sorry.
Oh, but just turn live. Hey, welcome back to the Walky Talky Podcast. We got our guest, King of Chaos.
Welcome back to the Walky Talky Podcast. The podcast that talks about anime sometimes. Today I'm with the two hosts, Oodie and Kamui. I am an ex-host, I guess, and we have our guest, King of Chaos.
Hello, everyone. Happy to be here. Sorry to derail the conversation. I just needed to get some of those rumors I heard cleared up.
If you watch enough of our podcast, you'll find that Oodie and I are either the exact same person or the exact opposite person, depending on the topic.
I've seen some of the takes I've watched quite a few of your videos, Kamui, and I've listened to the podcast quite a few times. I started fun fact, I'm not sure when all of you officially started your channels, but like I started mine like last year, so I've been watching some of you for a minute. Like at least it seems like it's felt like it's been a minute.
Out of curiosity,
I started mine I think a year and a half ago.
Really?
Something like that.
Technically, I've been doing YouTube for like a decade, but I do like 12 different channels. I don't count.
I found you much later.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, as a viewer, I didn't even realize. What has stood out to you the most? Like, what's the most memorable walkie-talkie moment for you?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really like familiar with all the detail. I typically watch sporadically. I ain't gonna lie to you. But what really caught my attention, like while I'm subscribed to you, is your voice. Not trying to be weird, but like it really catches your attention. It's like those narrators from like you ever watch Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah.
That like the narrator at the end of the episode. Yours isn't as deep, but you have a good cadence. And I'm like, okay, this mother, because I was watching you. I'm like, all right, so he speaks like this. I watch a couple other people, Kryptonian saying, or I guess Naruto explained, Pecking 101. I'm really trying to I've been trying to shift into more long form content. So I was watching the people who speak really well. So for me, the thing about you is just you just got a good voice.
Interesting. Okay, that's
that doesn't sound weird.
First I've ever heard of that. I mean,
or at least your cadence is good. Sorry, or at least your cadence.
Oodie, there you go. You've been self-conscious about your voice.
For real.
Yeah.
Wait, seriously?
That.
Yeah, for real.
Everyone hates the sound of their own voice. Are you serious? No.
I mean, yeah, everyone hates the sound of their own voice, to be fair. But like, being objective, I feel like, okay, my voice is like somewhat deep, but I feel like it's also, on average, comparatively, it's also higher. Like, especially when I get to this cadence to where I'm like sounding ridiculous, it sounds higher than when I'm just like chill, normal, or whatever.
But I understand every word you're saying, though. You're not squeak. You know what I'm saying? Like everything you said came through. Maybe it's just your mic. I don't know. Maybe. But it just seems like when you're talking, I can understand what you're saying at a nice fluid pace. You're not speaking so slow to where I'm like, damn, let me turn this to 1.5. Sorry, darn. Let me turn this to 1.5. You got a good cadence, man. Rhythm is a huge thing.
We all swear in the podcast. It's fine.
I mean, hey, I guess that makes sense. I mean, if you're primarily not, we're just using your voice, it makes sense that you've taken this much time to put good effort into it. You got a good cadence, a good rhythm. Kamui, the thing that stood out about me for you, though, is I like your transitions. I'm not sure if you do your editing yourself, but very impressed.
Depends on the video.
Man, I wish I could do that. God, it kills me. I pay someone to do my editing. It's like $10 a video, but like...
Not bad.
I cannot edit at the same level.
Yeah.
For Boruto, you can... Given that it was like 7 years for part 1, you can probably expect another 6-7 years for part 2. So if you're just starting now, it's like, okay, you've got time.
I don't know, man. With that manga, I don't know, man. They're going. I mean, everyone here's watched the spoilers. Obviously, I'm not going to say anything that happened.
Not Oodie. Oodie hasn't.
Wow.
Oh, but like, come on, saying this. Oh, okay. Well,
Kamui's the only one who knows.
Y'all can talk about it though. Just let us know beforehand.
I don't need to go to specifics. I think Kamui knows.
Anyway.
I think Kamui knows what I'm talking. Just in general, like the pacing, everything that's been happening. I mean, let's just look at the last chapter. Boruto's already gonna fight Mitsuki. That's what they're. I mean, dang, and Shikamaru and everything. Come on, that's so early. This is way earlier than I was expecting. I thought it was gonna be on.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Shikamaru. It makes sense. But dang, man.
It just depends on what the end point's going to be with that one. But like at the same time, like it would seem very strange for me, just as a hypothetical. If, especially given how Naruto went, if part 2 was seriously just like half as long as part 1, it just would feel off. Like it's just like in and out that quickly. It's like I don't want to say it like this, but like it's almost like why even have the time skip if
You're
the
right.
part 2 is going to be that short?
That's what
I feel
I
like part
feel.
2 needs to be at least as long, or at least close to as long, to feel kind of like satisfying. It doesn't need to be like Naruto, where really part 1 is the first third, and part 2 is the last 2/3. It doesn't need to be like that, but like I feel like it. I mean, really, it's supposed to be about 50-50. Like the midpoint end of part 1 should be about the midpoint of the length of the story too, if possible. So,
well, Kamui, to speak on that a little bit, when you talk about like their endpoint, I don't think that the Kawaki and Boruto fight thing, I don't think that's the end. I mean, look at Shippuden.
No,
the very start of
I don't
Shippuden
think so.
was them going to look for Sasuke, but in like the anime, that isn't what happened. You know, in the anime, they had to, meet up with Sai, blah, blah, blah. Then they went to Orochimaru's hideout. Then they met Sasuke like, I don't know, 30 episodes later type deal. I think that's going to be a huge pivotal moment. I think that gives, Kishimoto enough time to decide how he wants the story to go afterwards. But I've been saying this for a minute. Amato's the final villain. I've been saying this for like, he is the final villain.
Favorite.
He's so scum, man. He's so scum. He's scum. He's scum. And Shikamaru's just letting this man drag him around by his short hairs. Oh my God, this is humiliating. Shikamaru not being the okay. You got two people saying, hey, this stuff is buggy, right? Two people who you assigned to watch to Ada, right? Why not just mind jutsu them and then listen to them? I get it. Telling someone that the sun is now the moon would be hard to understand. But he has to like have some basic cognitive reasoning. Either that or Amato's lying about the whole Shinjutsu not affecting him. And that's what I think. I think he's immune to Ada. I think he is.
I think so too, because like I'm breaking this down in an upcoming video once I finish this long ass Mitsuki thing I'm doing. But okay, so
I did a video on
Oodie,
it recently.
Oodie, you might want to just deafen for like I'll text you when we're done.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, are we done with spoilers so Oodie can come back?
Oh yeah, I'm good on that.
Okay, that's all.
Well, I've been here the whole time.
Well, Dux, you also like just watch spoiler videos.
Yeah.
So I don't think you care.
I'd rather experience the story without having to read it.
That's so funny how you do that.
What? But, I like that phrasing.
Experience the story.
Because I don't want to read the Boruto manga anymore. Really? I don't want to read it. No.
Yeah, he just wants to experience it. I love it.
Wait, what?
But yeah, dude, Urashiki, like I loved his personality, and it's just like, oh my God, I hope to God he comes into the actual story.
Yeah, he's a very cat-like nature. You can appreciate that.
I have a question for people who've caught up. Does Kakashi come back at all?
No.
I don't think he's even in the manga.
I haven't seen him in the. I think he's in the manga. What? Maybe.
I don't think he's in a single panel of the Boruto manga. I don't think he's in a single panel.
Wait, are we counting like the Naruto Gaiden? Well, no, that's Naruto Gaiden. That's not Boruto. It's Naruto Gaiden.
Exactly.
Well, was he even in there? Holy shit! Was he not in there either? No, I don't think he was in Naruto Gaiden either.
I don't think he was either, to be honest. Unless he was
there.
there. Unless they had like
I like to think that Kakashi is. Go ahead.
I don't think he's in a single panel.
That is wild. What the hell? But Purple Lightning's in every panel. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that something? Man, if it's a new jutsu, everyone jacks it, but he isn't it. The one who invented it isn't in there. The irony of that. Oh my God. What?
Okay.
Way. He's not. No. There's no way.
I like to think that Kakashi is fishing with Trippy. And they're on a fishing trip together.
Absolutely.
You think he's what?
Trippy. Yeah, Trippy's been on a fishing trip for the last like 8 months. He's supposed to be here Sunday though. Hopefully he'll bring us a big catch. For all that time he's been fishing. But
Trippy? I'm confused. Wait, was that
the other host of this podcast?
Okay, because it sounded familiar. I thought so. Okay.
But,
yeah, y'all funny.
Yeah, he went to get some milk. But yeah, like the thing is, I mean, obviously Shikamaru's whole becoming the Hokage but not really thing, I like that for him. But like if they were going to bring Kakashi in, the natural way to do it would have been to have him be Hokage again. There's no real other reason to bring him back. And because that didn't happen, I think they've definitely dropped whatever Ikimoto's statement was 10 years ago at this point, probably, about the big Kakashi moment coming. I don't think it's ever going to happen. Like, I don't. Because
Really?
he's not even in the story. Like, imagine him just showing up now. It's like, at this point, you're done too late, bro. Like, you should have incorporated him way sooner. It would just feel so random now.
Yeah,
it goes back to like a shinobi's resolve as well. That's something we were talking about last night, Kamui. It doesn't matter what's logical or whatever.
Yeah.
They're gonna do it because that's just their conviction.
Yeah,
That's actually relevant to this chapter too. Not going to spoil anything, but I'm just saying. I'm just going to tell you this: Boruto says very similar words. Actually,
Is it something along because
Boruto's on the same wavelength?
so there's a saying in Japanese. I'm gonna butcher it verbatim, but it's something along the lines of, "I'm going to do it because it's something that needs to be done," or like, "If it needs to be done, then I'll do it." It's something along the lines of that.
I think I heard about that in the King Kong movie.
No, I mean, that is definitely something that a shinobi would definitely say. That's not what Boruto says. He just, when you were talking about the conviction and all these things, several of the things you said, Boruto actually says, at least in this translation. But it's funny. Anyway,
hey, Udkun with the telepathy doesn't like spoilers, but he can read minds.
Yeah, I already know what's happening.
Turns out the Family Feud thing was rigged at the end. So.
Oh my god,
I hate
dude.
to see it.
Jeopardy.
Yeah, Jeopardy, whatever.
That's crazy.
It was a Family Feud, though.
I don't remember what it was. I just remember that he put a Quora quote for one of the answers.
Bro, half the answers were wrong, and I was calling it out, but the whole troll was like, Trippy already had the answers, and so like he was getting them quote unquote right, and I was like, we didn't even realize that some of these were wrong at first. I was like, bro, no, that's wrong, and I start proving it. And we just get this whole debate about why it's wrong, and like he just wouldn't take it. I was so mad.
Kamui, I hope you realize the answer there were specifically chosen to make you mad. Like, I was purposefully making the answers slightly skewed.
Wow.
Just the question's crazy.
Well, one of them was an accident, though. The funny, like the Naka Shrine one was the funniest one because you guys didn't even realize it at first, and then Trippy was telling you, like, actually, I think he's right, and you just bullshitted it. I was like, bro, no. I start showing you all three continuities. This is Naka no Shrine.
My favorite part is when I looked it up and you weren't looking at the screen, but Trippy was. I'm like, it says it right there, Naga no Shrine, as I highlight Naka Shrine, and Trippy's like, yeah, it says it right there, and I quickly shut it down before you look back at the screen. You just bought it.
It's the other way around. It said Naka no Shrine, but you said Naka.
No. It's the way I said it because I was right. Remember?
No, it is the Naka no
We
Shrine.
don't need a 2-hour debate about this again, please.
Hold on. Let's make it a 5-hour debate. Both of you are wrong.
I mean,
And Duck is right the whole time.
We've definitely done. We've definitely done this.
No, Kamui, Nagato, that's the Uzumaki. That's Pain. You're confusing it with him.
Yeah.
What?
The redheaded guy?
It doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make
We
sense.
gotta talk about what counts as red hair.
Yeah, he's not a human. He's not a shrine. He's a human. I mean, he is a Renegon. That's the confusion.
Shrine.
That's the confusion. You're treating him like a shrine
Tatami mat or whatever
because
on the left floor.
because he calls himself a god. It makes sense now. Okay, so that was the confusion. Why you thought that Nagato was the shrine? That makes sense. But no, as it turns out, Nagato is just a human, like a rain village ninja. He's not actually a shrine.
Yeah, I know that you're trolling, but like Naka no and Nagato are clearly different words. This doesn't work. Like it just is on screen and not, or on visual audio, whatever the hell. On screen, not what I said. Anyway,
he's so flustered, can't even get it right.
So real quick, just kind of random because speaking of 5-hour debates, when we debated the Attack on Titan's brightest transformation thing, I forgot who we were telling about it, but you said like you didn't get how it was contrast. So I just figured I would explain it to you. So the problem was you measured the difference of darkest to lightest. That would be contrast, a measure of contrast. What you needed to do to prove it's the brightest is literally just take the numerical value of the brightest point. Whichever one is higher is brighter. But to look at the difference, we give you a contrast, which wouldn't tell you which is brighter.
Yeah. So I was
So
comparing
that's
the
the problem with what you were
brightness
doing.
of the brightest part of the transformation to the not brightest part of the brightest transformation. So therefore, it was the brightest.
I'm so confused.
No.
Yeah,
See,
because I
what
was
you
comparing
did
it to
was
the
you
brightest
took on
transformation.
No, what you were doing, I'm telling you what you were doing. You can go look on stream. You took the two ones we were comparing, and within each one, so transformation number 1, you took the brightest number and the darkest number, took the difference. That is contrast. All you needed to do was just take the brightest number of transformation 1 and the brightest number of transformation 2. Whichever one was brighter is brighter. That's all you had to do. You were doing it wrong because you knew that mine was brighter.
No, but Kamui, here's the thing you're not thinking of. It's compare and contrast. I was comparing the two different scenes, therefore I had to contrast the individual parts of the scene. That's how you compare and contrast.
No.
Well, I was already comparing it, so therefore the only thing left was to contrast it. So I contrasted it.
What? Oodie, that is so stupid. To use the contrast in this context would be you take the numbers of the two, so the brightest of transformation 1, the brightest of transformation 2, take the difference. There's your contrast. You don't take. I mean, I've already explained it. You can troll argue all you want.
No. I was comparing the contrast, is what I was doing. I had to.
No, you were Oodie.
I established the contrast so that I could compare it. Yeah.
Nah, now I know one of y'all's trolling me because that's I heard that shit in like school or whatever. That's like a class.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like a style of something.
Yeah, I'm using.
No, I'm confused. What do you mean exactly? I don't know what I'm saying. One of you, y'all got me confused. What are we even talking?
I'm using literary allegories of which Kamui is undefined of the structure within.
Oodie, you're literally just saying nonsense, big words scrambled together in a way that doesn't even make actual sense.
Hey, that's 95% of Twitter, so maybe he's onto something. You know, hey, if he is, he might be winning.
Kamui, the construct of language is understandment of which you understood, and so because you understood it, therefore it goes through. GG concession accepted.
Anyway,
so anyway, KingOfChaos, how was your day?
My day? Man, full of work, really tiring. I have 3 videos I still need to do that I have scripted, quote, drafted, as far as my outlines ready, for JJK, My Hero, and the Boruto spoiler, as well as the review, but I'm going to wait on the review because I really want to get those organic translations. It's been a good day, though. I'm happy I finally got to get on with a Ood-kun. We've been trying for a while, but like it hasn't worked out because I've been busy and he was busy. So I really like doing collabs. It's nice just talking with people in the same space.
Yeah, you're really cool. I like talking to you. When you,
I mean, yeah, 7 Deadly Sins season 3 was trash. We all know that. Like we all can acknowledge that. But that doesn't take away from the whole series.
Oh, I thought it was great because, like, I mean, animation, whatever. Animation was passable.
Yeah.
Like,
God,
the animation was decent. Like, I'm not gonna say it was good. I'm not gonna say it was great like season 1 and season 2, but it was still fine.
Yeah.
It was completely fine.
Well, that one fight was pretty. I thought it was pretty mid.
Escanor fight. The
Yeah,
Escanor
like,
and Meliodas one.
Yeah, but
I mean,
that's
I still thought it was
like
fine. Like, I'm not gonna say that was
I just think
bad.
I won't say it's bad either.
Like,
but you gotta keep in mind, there's so much people who are spoiled with anime. They think pretty colors equals good. Demon Slayer, perfect example of that. I'm sorry,
Yes.
I liked Jujutsu Kaisen, perfect example. And then everyone pissed. You saw everyone like piss their pants when they thought Gojo wasn't gonna have his eyes anymore. Like, oh my god, season 2, why are his eyes not the same? Oh my god, everyone's ready to drop the series because they thought that they lowered the animation. All they changed was bro's eyes. It is, dude. People they're spoiled nowadays with all this pretty animation. Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, even My Hero Academia's animation was like. I won't say it was like good, but it was above average.
Oh no.
I mean, Demon Slayer had that one fight where they had the drum dude and like he changes the room. I mean, that's really cool animation.
Yeah, no, look. I'm not hating on the animation, but like, damn, that carries their story. Like the story of Demon Slayer is a little bit wonky if you look at it with with less than a glossy eye.
Yeah,
And
it's not that Demon Slayer
animation is just so
animation's
pretty.
it's not that Demon Slayer animation's bad. It's pretty much equal to
It's
like
great.
any other anime, realistically.
Oh no, it's not.
Think
The
It's way
animation
better.
specifically, but the compositing is what they sort of hide behind. Like, so they don't. It's not their fault. They don't have to animate it good. It just looks good.
Am I using that word wrong? Like I'm saying, like animation carries it, but you're saying it's not the animation, it's the composite.
Yeah, exactly.
What can you explain like the difference to me? I'm very ignorant on this topic.
Basically,
At least,
imagine
like, the nuances of it.
the animation is not only the choreography, but like the line work, whereas the compositing is like the pretty colors, like you were saying.
Okay, so like the sharpness of someone's face is line work, whereas the composition is like you said, the way the fire moves with the little CGI effects when Goku does his fire.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you
See,
got
like I'm never familiar. Typically, when I say animation, I'm just incorporating all that. But no, thank you for making me a little bit smarter on that, because I can definitely use that to sound cool. But seriously though, yeah, like it hides behind the fact that it looks pretty. It's tough to beat something that just looks so good. And it does. And it's not like a dog anime or any means, or a bad story. I just think that there are so much stories out there that are better. They get crapped on because they look worse.
Yeah, I'm making my own anime movie. I'm afraid people are gonna be mad because it doesn't look like Solo Leveling. Why does this indie product?
Oh my god, that's so annoying.
This indie project doesn't have a $1 billion budget. It's bad. Like I'm just,
like,
I'm
dude,
nervous.
Like we've all watched bad animes before. Why are these people acting like they haven't? Like, or not bad animes. Like we've all watched animes that are great that just don't have the best animation. Like, is that like, it? Like, if
like
it looks pretty,
it's like reading the One Punch manga webtoon and then the One Punch Man manga.
Ooh, yeah.
Like it's the same story, but it's drawn way different.
Yeah, isn't the webtoon supposedly like way better?
Well, I think
No, it's
opposite.
just
like drawn better is what I mean. Like
the manga, I think is drawn better, but the
better.
webtoon is the one that's bad. Yeah, because the author he did the webtoon, but like I hired someone else, I guess, to do the manga, so it actually looks good. It's funny. Kamui, I was thinking about it. I think it'd be really funny for the data books for my series if I take still frames from my series and I just run them through like a sketch filter to make like fake manga panels.
Hold up, what's your series about, if I may ask? Is that okay? I mean, I ain't trying to intrude, but I'd love to know.
No, of course that's not okay. No, I'm kidding. Of course it's fine. So it's. Hey,
some people are very like NDAs and shit about it.
Nah, it's fine. Well, technically, I already got a full season out. We should probably watch that at some point. But I'm making a movie which is remastering the season 1, so I'd rather people just wait for that since that's almost done and that's taken literally years. Yeah, would you like to know the plot of the movie or the season? Because it's the same story, but it's completely different.
Whichever one you don't. I mean, whichever one you think is the better experience. The one you're more interested in me, like, because I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna peep it.
The movie is the better.
Honestly,
movie's the better experience. All right.
Okay.
I don't know about logline.
Actually, do you have an ETA on when that's coming out again?
Wait, what? Oh, I hear you.
Do you have an ETA on when that's coming out?
I'd guess summer. That's a complete guess, though. I have no idea exactly. The problem is, like, some of the animators like take longer than they said they would. So that's the real thing.
Like you said, originally you were having it sooner.
Yeah. Well, I think I told you. I might not have told you. I know I told Cam. But one of the animators, we're gonna have it done by the end of the year. And then like in December, they're like, "Hey, sorry, I can't even get to my computer until the end of January, and it's only halfway done." But the problem is, like, I contacted them at the beginning of last year, so they had an entire year to work on it.
Dude, bad editors, like, I swear that is the most irritating thing, because when you like to post on a schedule, it looks really bad when you don't.
I know, yeah.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
I feel you on that. I feel your pain on that one, man. That's crap. Hey, I hope that comes with a discount.
Yeah, we'll see.
A late fee,
or at least better quality or something.
I'm just saying, like, shoot, if I don't pay you late, right?
I mean, hey, I'd be better quality. It sounds good to me. Yeah. If it's delayed, it might as well be better.
Saying, if I don't. Yeah. No, definitely give it.
Unless
the
it's like the
TSA
Naruto
credit.
with 4 episodes that just never come out.
I don't think those are gonna come out. I don't care what anybody say. I heard somewhere on there it's supposed to come out next week or something. I don't believe it.
Nah, there ain't a
Crazy.
chance,
I don't
bro.
believe it. That's what I'm saying. Like, ain't no way. Next week, yeah, right. And someone said we're gonna get all 4 of them. Like that makes even less sense.
I'm just surprised that they haven't like actually given an update to it. I think an actual update of what the hell's going on.
Well, I mean, I think they said they had to delay it because like something. I don't even know. What was it? The strikes?
They just
that
said
were
they
happening?
want to
The
make
higher
it better
quality.
quality, and it's like 6 months later.
Like-
yeah, I'm like, well, what are you even doing? I don't think they've touched it.
What does
since
Watch
they
it
delayed
better mean?
I bet it's in response to this. I think it's in response to the whole One Piece getting their new thing. Probably. That'd be my guess.
Like, are the episodes not ready?
Bro, they probably didn't even start it.
I know.
They,
That's
they
what I'm
got
thinking.
1 week or like 1 week to go. They're like, oh shit, we haven't even started these episodes. We gotta delay this shit.
Crap, just say better quality. Technically, it's not a lie.
Maybe they were waiting for Kishimoto to write it, and he just hasn't wrote the story yet.
Crazy.
So like, we don't know what to animate yet.
So, yeah, we're not. Yeah, we'll need some time.
That'd be so funny if they like made all the backgrounds and like got character animation ready, but like it's all ready to like put in. They just need to edit it, and they just don't have the story to know what to edit. Like if the animation's just done, but it's like out of order and everything, because they just don't know what to do.
Yeah.
That would be.
Yeah.
That would be
I don't-
annoying.
Like at this point, like I just want like a manga chapter of what the episode was about.
I just want to make like a Minato one shot. A Minato like one shot, but like mini series, like 4 episodes of just Minato. I'd be happy with that if the one shot got animated. I'd be so happy.
And Indie
Yeah.
Studio on
I would
Twitter
too.
is
Think
doing
about how
that.
beautiful that would be. What?
Yeah, we should get Sarin in here to explain that. At least that's what they said. That's what I saw. I think they made a trailer for it.
Ain't no way. Are you serious?
I don't know when it's coming.
I thought I had heard
but
about
yeah.
that too.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's not going to be like full quality of like a normal studio, but like, yeah, some people got together and like, hey, let's animate it.
Who cares? I like the there's like Boruto animation and stuff like that right now. Out. I like that a lot. It's like a fan made thing that's on YouTube. It's a YouTuber. I don't remember his name, but he does that. I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't need like some flashy ass like $1 trillion budget.
Yeah.
I just need a good story. Your
Exactly.
animation composition, all of it can be trash. I just need a good story.
Yeah,
Tell me your story. That's
I'm subscribed to all of them. Personally, I think the manga animations are the most interesting to me right now. I definitely love watching those.
yeah, the Boruto ones.
Yeah, there's also a
Like that
Naruto
one's
mobile
the-
game that's making animations that come out pretty frequently. Music too.
What? Wait,
Yeah,
hold up.
it's
I
like-
heard about that. It's like a free for all.
I don't know the game
I heard that was
exactly.
like a scam.
No, it's like I don't
heard
have
that
the
was a scam,
game.
bro.
I don't have the game. But like the point is that they're making animations that are being released for free on YouTube by like people. So
Oh, okay. Well, that's dope.
yeah, it's like a
'Cause,
China
like,
game, so like I
heard
couldn't
that,
get it
you had
even
to
if I
pay to
wanted.
get the paid. What? That's weak. Really?
Yeah.
Man, I hate that you have to use like VPNs and sacrifice a third of your lungs just to get like some of these quality shows and games. I'm just saying, think about it. Even the 7 Deadly Sins: Four Nights of the Apocalypse was supposed to release all of season 1, but they released 11 episodes and not the last 2. There's 2 more that they just haven't released, and you can only watch it in Japanese, which is fine. I'm not like some pleb that can only watch and dub, but like. I can't access most of them for the sites for some reason. I don't know. It's weird. It's not as easy as Kiss Anime when I was a youngin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I was, when Naruto Spot used to be a thing, those were the
Yes.
days.
Dude, Manga Fox. Y'all know what Manga Fox is? Are they still
I think
around?
Manga Fox is still around.
What?
I know Manga Park is. Manga Park definitely is. Yeah.
I hope Manga Fox is around. They're like the source, man. I used to go in there. They're the only site that my school didn't block when I was in like 7th, 8th grade. Trying to read manga because
They've
only read on.
Nowadays they have like a app like the teachers can see everything you do on your computer.
Of
Yeah.
course they do. Nosy ass.
Yeah.
Why are they making
Block,
teachers
block, they
security
figured
agents?
out blocking doesn't work. They figured out blocking doesn't work, so they just watch everything you do now.
That is so.
Yeah, dude. The teachers love the animes too. They're like, "Oh, yeah, this is a great way for me to watch it for free."
And isekai, like, oh yeah.
The whole class starts watching different anime. Ooh, I can watch 25 at once. Let's go. Saving real efficiency with the time there.
Yeah.
You know?
Like I can't keep up.
You know, there's only so many times you can play Google Solitaire before the teacher gets tired of it.
Yeah, they stop
Dang.
watching. Like, oh my god, this kid always plays solitaire. Then like they get sick of him, and then he starts doing like crazy shit.
Nah, forget solitaire.
And they
Spider
just keep watching
solitaire is
it.
where it's at.
Okay, but let's break this down. What the heck is wrong with watching anime at school? Or like reading anime,
yeah.
right? Not watching anime, but like
You're supposed
It
to
probably
be
depends which
learning,
one.
dang it.
all right,
Yeah,
not watching anime, but like reading manga. It's reading. We have comics at school. Is that not a thing anymore?
That's a fair point. Well, I mean,
Depending
some
on what anime or manga you're reading, it can be inappropriate.
Okay.
for school.
it's
Man,
more.
look, I
That
can
could be
show
true
you how
about any
Jordan.
story, though.
Yeah, Hal Jordan literally
Yeah.
got with a 14-year-old in a DC comic, so I'm not hearing that.
I mean, schools are
I
slow
would
to
just start
adapt,
with Batman.
but it is adapting with the
I
time.
don't
Like
think you
schools
should be
run by
reading
government.
Monster
So.
Musume in class.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. There are levels to it, of course.
Yeah, but high schools are adapting. Like my high school when I was there, it
That's-
got like an anime club. I didn't like go, but like I know they had it. They also the year after I graduated, they got a like a professional sports like gaming league. I forget the name of it, but yeah.
That's good. And that's
Mm.
good. I like that they're like at least acknowledging that there are other routes.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Than,
Yeah,
like,
so I
big rock.
graduated. I recently graduated like 2 years ago, so I think I could speak most about this. So,
Well, please
Oh,
do.
really?
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
that's great.
yeah.
Yeah, let me.
All
Yeah,
right,
keep going.
so
Take the floor.
all right, so back in my day,
Oh God, shut up.
Back in my day, it's looking like Cam now. Back when I was a wee little girl.
yeah, back when I was 18, back when I was 17, actually, we had the teachers installed an app on your Chromebooks that they basically
Chromebooks.
watch whatever you do, and if you do something they don't like, they can kick you off your computer and like take away your Gmail.
Take away your
What?
Gmail is
Oh, hell no.
insane.
Chromebooks? You had Chromebooks?
Chromebook?
What
I
kind of
know.
stuff is that?
Yeah,
Kamui, we
$40
old
for
fashioned.
freaking Chromebooks.
We just had a blast in the computer lab is what we did. Like we don't have no
Yeah,
Chromebooks.
dude. Okay, I'm not trying to age myself
No,
here,
no,
but like,
no.
yeah, I still remember.
No,
there was
no,
this
no.
one
You had to
dude.
pay. You had to pay $40 to get your Chromebook.
Crazy.
Like it was ridiculous. And
Having to pay for a Chromebook is
most
crazy.
most of the classes only did computer work, so you're basically forced into buying it. It was a freaking scam.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it sounds like
college.
And
Yeah.
you
unless-
kind of just needed it. Like you couldn't
Unless-
get away
Yeah.
without it.
It's funny.
Yeah, because you
unless
need
you
to like,
wanted to
do your schoolwork
use
and stuff.
unless you wanted to use the loaner Chromebooks, which are like really beat up like 10-year-old Chromebooks.
Okay, yeah, they gave you all the man. Look, they started doing that stuff. After I left high school, that's when they got all the programs of like, oh, you can get your dual enrollment and all that jazz. I live in the Midwest. I'm not sure how it branched out, y'all. Pretty sure y'all are East Coast guys.
Well, I'm in Texas,
Yeah.
so
But
Yeah,
it's
East Coast.
like, dude, I ain't get no dang MacBook or no laptop sent home. All your boy got was shoot. Do y'all know what like flip phones are? Hold on, I'm not that old. Actually, no, I am. Am I? I'm 27.
I have a
Just so y'all know.
I
Like,
still
I'm like,
have a flip phone in my drawer somewhere. It doesn't work anymore.
alright,
it's broken.
dang,
Yeah, I had a
me too.
track phone. That was my first one.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you know about
I still have
I
my
didn't
original
even get my
phone for the
first
SIM
phone.
card.
I didn't get my first phone until I was 16, so
Crazy.
Shit. Same
and
actually.
it was
I think I had to wait till I
Yeah.
was 13 or 12, or I think it was 6th grade.
and
It was
Was
middle
12,
school
yeah.
for me, 7th grade.
I'm 19 now, so I've only had it for 3 years.
Oh,
Mm.
dang.
Yeah.
Not saying you're young,
So
but sheesh.
I'm still learning how to use my phone.
Fair enough, yeah.
I love that.
That's funny. Yeah, I think the closest thing we had to
I love
Chromebooks,
that.
other than like college, where you could not rent because that implies money, but you could like borrow one for like a week from like the computer lab or something, whatever. but like that's college. So like in high school, the closest thing we had to Chromebooks is those like gray carts filled with like 30 laptops with like shelves that like they would just push around to the classrooms. Yeah.
Oh,
I
I
remember
have
those.
a
Those things sucked.
I have a
Oh my
Chromebook
know,
story
so
actually.
slow.
Oh my god, I love those. Those are
So,
good.
all right, going back to Chromebooks. Recently, this is when I was a janitor, so like a few months ago. Someone's Chromebook exploded, like literally caught on fire. We had to evacuate the whole freaking building.
What?
Do you know
Yeah.
how?
Man,
Wow.
that's Tuesday afternoon. That's a Tuesday afternoon.
Because it's like a shitty Chromebook. They just
Like,
catch on
man,
fire
that's the one
sometimes.
busted.
No, that was the first time it happened. And then they did research on the Chromebooks, and they had to buy new ones. Like they got rid of the old ones, so
When
they
you
actually got new stuff because they're in danger of getting caught on fire.
when you try to install
Man.
WinRAR.
No, Oodie, what's crazy though is you're only 1 year ahead of me. And we had so much better technology than you did. Like mine was closer to Dux's. Like we had MacBooks. I mean they were older ones now, but
You lucky people getting
I was like,
MacBooks instead of Chromebooks.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I could never imagine a
I,
Chromebook.
I was like, bro, I don't even know. I don't want to imagine what a Chromebook's like. I had a MacBook. That's how I got used to
No,
it.
I didn't get
A
any of
Chromebook?
those.
A Chrome. Imagine a shitty laptop, and then they get rid of the caps lock key for a search bar key, and that's basically it.
Jeez. What's the big like?
Yeah, I was like, screw that.
What's the big digital whiteboard that's like in every classroom that the teachers can never figure out? They spend like
Oh,
10 minutes every day to try to
Smartboard.
calibrate it.
I know about
Smartboard,
Smartboard.
yes. That was so funny. I
Yeah.
think those were introduced like 4th grade for me.
Uh-huh.
It's so funny. The calibration's the
Oh,
I don't
funniest
even know what
part.
that is.
There's
Smartboard.
no
What? Come
way.
on. I'm older than you, aren't I, Kamui?
Yeah, I'm 24. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'd recognize it.
I swear
but-
you've seen one of these. There ain't no way. That's messed up.
Yeah,
if
like
not.
maybe I've seen it. I just don't know what it is.
Man,
like,
if your school
off the
didn't get
top
you a
of my head.
dang smartboard, that's messed up.
Here, I'm
man.
gonna share
I
my
went to school
screen
to-
calmly.
Even I got
School
those. Everyone should see one
That's
in their dang
smart, but smartboards.
and be able to break them. Those things are so breakable. They broke every time. Teachers had no clue what to do with them. It was hilarious.
Yeah, like this. You know, calmly. Come on. You get the 4 little pins here, the black,
so
blue,
instead of-
red.
A projector?
No.
It's electronic.
It has a projector.
All right.
Actually, it
so
doesn't have a projector.
One of my
Yeah.
teachers couldn't get the freaking smartboard to work, so they used an old-fashioned projector, and then they put it on top of the smartboard. So they used the smartboard without using the smartboard, and they're like, genius.
This is crazy. I don't think we had this. I think we just used it just used a freaking projector and like the piece
That's
of paper
funny.
curtain thing to project on.
And the
I
CRT
don't think
TVs with the VHSs on
We
it.
didn't have. Yeah, we didn't have this shit.
The way we had
Whatever
it,
this
No
is.
it
way.
was like attached
bro
to
came
every
from the
whiteboard,
slums.
similar to this. Like there's a whiteboard behind it, but like this is like attached to it. It's like got
Yeah,
the
we
internet
didn't
and
have that. We
everything.
had just the whiteboard itself or a chalkboard. If you
The
had the old
fanciest
school
we
stuff.
ever got.
Yeah.
The fanciest thing we ever got was a whiteboard, but then you could like slide the whiteboard back and you get a chalkboard.
I think I might
on a
have had
rail.
one of those at some point. I don't know if it was college or high school. It's
I
really interesting.
swear,
I
that's
noticed though is
crazy.
it depended on the type of teacher, but I noticed this. I don't know if this is true for you guys or if you even took the right classes to do this, but for some reason, calculus teachers really love chalkboards. I noticed, like
There's
my
some
stats teachers, now
projector.
whiteboards cool. But the calc teachers, man, they love those fucking chalkboards. They wouldn't use anything else.
Did
I don't know what the deal was.
Did they
That's
give you
hilarious.
T984s?
Oh, we had to buy that shit, dude. The fucking TI, whatever.
Yeah.
And like, I had to fucking buy that $300 calculator. What the hell it was? It
No.
was nonsense, bro.
For us, we had it in
At least
our
the
math room.
calculators for free.
It was like a cubby to where we could just store it for the day. So like it wouldn't leave the classroom. Or at least
Yeah.
not if you don't want to lose it, then you'd have to pay for it. Otherwise it's just like free. Not free, but like you own it essentially while you're there.
They made us buy that shit, bro.
That's so stupid.
Oh.
I know,
never
bro.
bought
I
mine.
was pissed. I mean, yeah, I used it in college, but oh, like, bro, fuck
Did you-
that.
Were you ever able to what's it called, program stuff on your calculators? Because we had the fancy
Borrow my
ones,
friends.
so you can program.
Yeah, some of
If
them
you
you could
got
play
really
like
good, you can
Pac-Man
play
or whatever,
Minecraft
but who
on your
cares?
calculator.
Yeah,
You
there
can
was
play
like two
Minecraft on
different ones.
calculator.
Mine didn't have the ability to do shit like that, but there was another one because there's like two options for AP Calc and beyond. I got the cheaper one because I was like, I'm not fucking spending any more on the shit that I need.
I think having to pay for anything in school is kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Bro,
It
fuck
is.
college for that, dude.
I know.
Especially
Same.
like I got to a point where I just stopped buying certain stuff because
Oh yeah.
freaking chemistry, dude. I was
Oh
pissed.
yeah.
Spent like $30 in this chem book that I just didn't use because I fucking pointless. I didn't
I
care
never
enough to
ever
use
Dude,
bought
it.
a
that happened to
single
me. That happened to
textbook.
me one time, and I never bought another book. I swear. All you gotta do is find a pretty lady, be nice to her, and she'll let you use her notes.
Never buy a
Yeah, dude. I
textbook.
was like,
I was
there's
hot.
so many better ways to get around this.
Dude,
Like,
I joined the
Yeah.
military
It's-
just to pay to school, and like when the first time they had me waste my dough, man, that was the last time.
yeah, dude. I was like, I just by the sophomore year, I was like, I ain't doing this shit anymore. Like, especially like for the science classes in particular, I was like, bro, you're not even using this book. Like, it's not even part. Like, it's not even like you need the problems in the book. No, it's just you need this book for this class. It's $300, and then all you do is tell people to read it on the side. I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, I'm just gonna listen to your fucking lecture. I'm not even gonna listen to your lecture, but I'm gonna pretend to and go with that. I'm not gonna do any more
Yeah,
reading. than I need
mandatory
to.
books, making books mandatory is I just know for a fact that that teacher has a very small whatever type of like whatever. I'm just saying,
exactly.
like
They're
clearly
getting
Well,
commission off this.
like you
I'm like, I don't
especially if
trust you.
it's their book, I'll take another class. Like I'm not gonna get pimped out to buy your book. That's just not
That's
happening.
so
You're gonna bully
funny.
me.
Yeah.
I'm just not. I'm just not going for it. You know. It makes me
Yeah, I was
mad.
like if they use the book for like homework, fine. But like, my God, I hate when they don't even do
Who
that. I was
uses
like,
their own
you are
book
the
for
biggest.
homework though? That's so cringe.
That's so funny.
like who would use their think about it, like the audacity, like, oh yeah, you got to read my book as part of your homework. That's so lame. At least give somebody some extra credit, because what if it's trash?
Yeah,
Like,
or
think about
also like the dumbest and funniest part about it is like, bro, you could just like make up like you already made up these problems. Why are you making us buy the book for them? Just tell us the problem.
Yeah, it's like, no, I gotta get this
Make
bread.
the-
If they were smart, what they would do is they put the answers in the book, but they'd go over the questions in class. Like, hey, look, here are the questions. You ain't gotta worry about buying the book. It's not mandatory, but the book has all the answers. That's exactly what I would do. Then
Yeah,
everybody would
literally a
know what's going on without saying a
one
word.
Somebody
step
would buy
pyramid
them.
scheme.
You'd be like, he was like,
It's
like,
like,
I
say
mean, I'm
less.
just saying, if you give me a little of that money, you'll have all the answers.
Dude, look, let me tell you, peep game, right? I got to get away with like missing out on certain classes and stuff like that. I was very fortunate on that because there's this stupid class, stats, right? And I was like, oh, this is a pain in the ass. But I took a class where they said, hey, you need to take stats to take this class. But I took it without needing stats because I'm like, you probably don't need stats to take this class. I can read, above a third grade level. That's 55% of college. So yeah, I did my thing. It went fine. Tell me why they try to make me take the class anyways. And I'm just like, nah, look, I passed this class. I'm going to fail stats. Like, I will fail. And I just knew it, right? You got to know yourself, know your weaknesses. I'm a very self-aware type of guy. I was going to get, no way I was passing stats, especially not ghetto ass. I'm black, by the way. I'm not using that derogatorily. Like college freaking stats where they're just ridiculously hard because some tenured teacher has has a stick up his ass. But my advisor, he didn't like me that much. I annoyed him. So he told me that if as long as I passed the class, like on, because I was on schedule to pass it, as long as I did pass that class, he'd give me a pass on math and say I did it, even though I didn't. And I'm like, oh, okay, bet.
That's awesome.
Got my degree.
What's crazy is in my college, I went to Colby College. For reference, the stats class were the easy ones. I had the easiest fuck. I had to take one for my major at the time, and I ended up switching major. It was a stupid decision, but I switched my majors because this teacher was so accidentally hilarious It was just so awkward. It was so freaking funny, and I was just like, dude, I love this shit. It was so easy. It's like,
Man, look,
it was
dude,
easy until the
I'm happy
final
for you.
stats class. The final class to graduate, I was like, oh my god, this class sucks, bro. Me and my roommate, we were in the same, pretty much at the same schedule. And we're like, bro, this is night and day difference. All the other ones, it was so easy to cheat. It was so easy to know the shit. Like, this class sucked. It's like, I half-assed the crap out of it too. I was like, yeah, I'm just taking my like C- minimum. I'm just gonna like not do half the shit. I was so dumb.
It's weird, dude. And the thing is, it had nothing. I mean, it kind of has something to do with my major, but only if you're shady. Because like, I was a poli-sci major, right? Well, I got my degree in poli-sci. And like, the only reason you need to know stats is to argue off like BS things to sound pretentious. I swear, it's like, oh well, 55% of blah 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 actually shows a 12%. You know, it's some like weird. It's really meant for like gerrymandering or like getting people to feel or sympathy votes. Like, do you know that 100%? Again, I'm black. Before I say this, 100% of black people don't get love at home. Well, that's true because based off of this study in 2000 and like some crazy ass fringe, it's literally just to make yourself sound smart when it comes to that stuff. Because all stats are like basically forged. If you think about it, it depends on who you're asking, what surveys you're taking, what the like how genuine of a range it is. It's like asking if someone says, "Do you think this person is awesome, great, amazing, or the best person ever?" Well, what if I think they're trash? Well, I'm not really giving that as an option. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so cringe. It's so corny. I shouldn't have been a poli-sci major, but
so funny how much Cam would hate that.
Hey, I'm just look, man. I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm just keeping it a buck.
No, I agree. I agree.
Are you guys talking again?
Yeah, we
it's
are.
always it's weird. I had this like this nemesis in like high school, not high school, but college, who was like the epitome of why I hated poli-sci students because he was so smart. But the guy proposed himself as being like this, you know, oh, I love everyone, hippy dippy type of guy, you know. But like he would sell people out for like weird brownie points for like the school. Like he wanted to get this concert to happen so he could win this election for student body president. It was some really corny, like you think it's a movie type shit, but it's not. Like he's serious. This guy's actually out here like on some villain stuff for some college clout. Like I couldn't believe it.
There was, you know, we had people like that. We had people like that too, and it was so funny how I was number one in my class, but like that was the exact opposite of them. I was like, yo, I'm just gonna like wreck their shit by not trying and still beating them, and it worked. I was like,
it always feels good that way. It's like, dude, you can have fun without being pretentious.
I know.
Like,
I was
oh my
like,
god, is this your life? That's why what I'm thinking the whole time. Like, is this like, oh my god, is this his whole life? You think is college it for you? Is it like high school, but for people who didn't do good in high school? I don't know. It was so bad, man.
It was funny. There was some of those people, and one of my favorite teachers. It was hilarious. So she was like so smart, and like there's this one girl, and oh my god, it's like she was trying so hard to be the genius of the class, and she was just always wrong. And like the teacher would just be like, that's wrong. Moving on. And she would just ignore all of her bullshit. Whatever. She just was not having it. It was so funny. Every time she shut her down, I was like, yo, I
that too. It's like, because it's always like the weirdo. I don't know, the people that are just so used to their ego just being inflated. They think they can just talk over everybody. Man, I'm telling you, it is. It's quite irritating. I had a teacher like that too. She didn't play any of that nonsense. Like you said, immediately shutting it down. Like, oh, you're just wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. Why are you talking?
It was so funny the way she shut her down. She shut her down so nicely, yet harshly at the same time.
It's like, yeah, I'm gonna be as polite with this as I legally have to be, but shut up. Love that.
Yeah.
For me, my college was the closest campus, because obviously there's multiple campuses. Closest campus was a 30-mile trip one way. So obviously I wanted to take as many online classes as I could, not only just because it's cheaper and easier and on my own schedule, but just that drive is ridiculous. 30 miles that's 60 miles for the closest round trip for college. So you do all your prereqs or whatever extracurriculars the first 1-2 years. Then you got to drive further to the main campus. 50 miles one way. So like 3 times a week on my final year, I'm having to drive 100-mile round trip to my college because they just don't offer every class at every campus or online. It's so specifically annoying. Only at this campus.
Why did you go there?
No, the better question is why the heck do they do that? Like, why? just either if you have multiple campuses, either make the classes
Yes.
available everywhere or make them online. Like have an online option. Just do that. Like what the fuck? Oh, sorry, pardon my language. Like, oh, that was so
No,
annoying. I
it
felt
was
that to my
good.
core because that man, it was so annoying. It is annoying. It's annoying as hell.
No, it's the worst. And you have to be there at a specific time. Like wake up at like
Oh,
8.
you're late. Or like
Oh
a
my
weird
God,
ass,
yeah.
like a 9:15 or something awkward like an 11
No.
where it's like it's the middle of your day. It's the only class that day, but it's like at 11 o'clock. Oh yeah, mandatory. You got to be here in class every day. That's 35% of your grade. Which
Yeah, no, I hate it, especially by my senior year. I hated the ones like I almost got in trouble for skipping two. It's
like,
Yeah.
dude,
taking
I'm
my
a grown
history
man.
class to graduate. I was like, bro, I was like, this is so pointless. This is
Yeah.
nothing to do with my life. And I was like, but I had to take it. And I was like, all right, I wait till the final semester senior. I did this in high school too. Where
That
I
was
took
me
my
and Seth.
freshman history senior year. I fell asleep.
I
in
did that
class
with
so much.
Spanish. I did that with Spanish.
That's so
Spanish
funny.
was like the
Sport.
one class like I actually went hard with. Like I just like for no reason at all just
should've.
went really far with it. Just I was like, it was so easy. All the Spanish teachers consistently were so easy. It made me want to take their classes.
Mine gave me like this website that let me transfer like legitimately transfer the language into the using correct dialect too, which was nice. I'm like, oh, bet. So that made that easy. I still have to
That's
say some of the words, and I wish I took it more seriously. I won't even lie to you.
Our Spanish teacher just let us use Google Translate. He didn't care.
Bro, I think it's a
Really?
universal thing. Spanish teachers, dude, they're all chill. Like every Spanish
history
class I
teachers.
took, they just let me
Ah.
pass in things 2 months late. Perfect grade. But oh god, those history teachers, especially in college, but I hated the history classes. Bro.
I don't know. I
had a
think
bone
middle school.
I had a
history
bone to
teachers
pick.
were cool.
One guy was failing me for quote unquote not being there when I was there every day. I
One
was like,
guy-
bro, I hate you,
Nah.
bro.
I ain't gonna lie.
It was like the one time I dropped that class after a week. I was like, fuck you, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. I gotta keep it a buck. I gotta give credit to history teachers because this one dude, like, I should have failed this class. Basically, I was poor and had to go to school and class at the same time. So, like, I basically just ditched on his class. However, at the very beginning of the year, I did this thing where I had everybody like stand up because he's like, there's so many people. It's like an auditorium. Like, I wonder if there's an effective way of doing this. I'm like, okay, yeah. I got a system. I learned this cool trick I learned during my time in the military. I'm like, all right, everybody stand up. I'm like, you. We'll start with you, then just go across the line, say a number. Whatever the person in front of you says, say a higher number. And we got it in like 10 seconds. We got like 400 people done within like, a minute or two. It was super easy. Kind of cool. But like very, very low diff, low effort. He's like, you, no matter what, you will not fail my class. So come the end of it, I'm drinking at this bar, stressed out. He's like, oh, look at you, my favorite student. I haven't seen you in like 2 months. I'm like, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. He's like, don't worry. If you bomb the final, I'll give you a C in my class. If you do okay, I'll give you an A. I'm like, are you serious? I swear, I cannot make this up. This guy's my guardian angel. Like his children could come to me 20 years from now and say, hey, I need $100. My dad said you got me, and I'd get him. I swear, like that dude, he let me pass, and I didn't show up to his class at all. And I ended up telling one of my friends this, and she was mad. She's like, dude, that's not fair. That's not good. And I'm like, what? Why? She's like, I worked my ass off, and you got a better grade than me. I'm like, damn, yeah. I kind of felt bad.
Yeah,
Look,
it's
man,
like,
I
I
can do what I
mean,
gotta do. She's rich. I was poor, so whatever. Oh, I gotta affirmative action.
Everybody has
Damn.
different privileges. It's fine.
Exactly. Precisely. I definitely recognize my privilege as a dude. Like I can walk across, in the back of an alley, and the worst thing that's gonna happen if a bunch of dudes get me, most of the time, is they're gonna rob me and beat me up, maybe kill me. Whereas ladies might have other concerns to worry about. But like, shoot, I was poor, man, like dirt poor. Shoot, as far as I'm concerned, I'm still poor. I have a wife. That makes me more poor than anything. Now, y'all don't hear me on that, but no. So like, yeah,
Yeah,
he's
this
a G.
conversation never happened.
Yeah,
This
no,
conversation never happened.
I appreciate that. No, he was a G though. Shout out to my history teacher. Like, if his kids ever come
Unless
to me,
your
and
wife watches the podcast, in which case,
my
I mean,
wife watches.
Ikimoto watches our podcast. I'm sure he does too.
Oh, he does.
yeah.
Shout out to Ikimoto.
Well, I mean, we have proof. Oodie, you might as well show him the proof.
Okay,
but,
I like that. Yeah, since I'm sharing my screen. All right, so
but, you know,
King of Chaos.
It's weird though. Is my high school history teachers were the fucking shit too. But like, I don't those
Yeah.
college ones, man, dude. I don't know, bro. I had a bone
They
to pick
take
with
it
them.
they take their jobs too seriously sometimes. It's like, dude, we get it. Like, what's the new ones that take it too seriously? The tenured ones either make everything difficult for the sake of not caring because no one can stop them, or they do the inverse.
Like,
Yeah, or they do the inverse. They're like, just exist. I get paid by the numbers. You guys,
I love
do your
those
best."
teachers.
Yeah,
those,
dude,
yeah.
they're such G's because they know that like we don't need as much of this as we're getting.
Yeah.
Wait, hold up.
For me,
okay, so
to avoid my really quick, to avoid my 100-mile round trip, I scheduled out my schedule to see exactly which days and how many days would be most efficient to miss to have the bare minimum. And then I had like a family emergency and I warred with the school and I still went like triple over. Like I was there probably like 6 of the 30 classes.
Damn.
And teachers knew and were just totally cool about it. I love it. But yeah.
And you can tell you got some pretty cool teachers.
Yeah, but the problem was still
Mine
that
were
like
fast.
because of the schedule, it's like some classes I had at 9, but then some classes I had at like 6. So then like obviously I'm not gonna like drive 50 miles home, then 50 miles back, then 50 miles home to not have to wait for that class or whatever. So I would just sit there, but like I would just do my like studying in the library on the computer or whatever for like 10 hours at a time waiting for my next class to start so I can finally go home.
That's awful.
I know.
That is.
It worked because I got all my homework done and all that stuff. And then like I even had more spare time to work on scripts and stuff, so it worked out perfectly. I even had one time, this is funny. I remember one kid went up to me and was like, "Hey, are you writing a Naruto video?" I was like, "Yeah." "Oh, cool. I watch Naruto. I'll subscribe." So I got a subscriber out of that.
Oh yeah, love that.
That's so funny.
Actually, that reminds me of this one time. I remember Oodie, because you'll love this because you helped with the thumbnail. So on April Fool's Day, I remember I was in that history class, one of my history classes I hated, finishing the April Fool's Day video in class, gonna get ready to upload. Like, God. I was like, "Yo, dude, I gotta hit this. Deadline. It's April Fool's Day."
I love the commitment.
Still one of my favorite videos.
How do y'all get thumbnails done? Because thumbnails are hard. Like I'm paying someone to do mine still. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I pay for mine now. I used to make them, but I fucking hated it.
For the podcast,
yeah,
Google Boruto and find the best picture.
Oh yeah, the podcast ones, yeah, we kind of half-ass those.
Yeah, for my channel, I use PicMonkey or the Paint 3D app.
PicMonkey, what's that?
PicMonkey is a free website. It's like not even a software. You can just like get it. Like it's technically not free. You can do a subscription, but like there's literally no point. And so here's like a thumbnail I made with this. Like obviously I like used a thumbnail from Google or whatever. But, like add text, you can add the compositing, the picture, all sorts of stuff. And you can do all sorts of stuff with PicMonkey. It's really easy too.
See, like
I used Keynote on the Mac.
Dude, I have the vision, but I do not have the freaking the IQ to like put that together. I swear, I've got the like I know what a good thumbnail looks like, but I cannot create one. It takes a certain type of third dimensional being or something, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe a sacrifice to a couple pagan gods.
All sorts of stuff on here.
Yeah, I just hated constantly making cutouts of characters and trying to get them on a good background. And I was like, bro,
well, now they have the outline thing, so you can just outline it. Like you can just take care with like on iPhones. It just takes characters out of outlines now. It's so crazy how easier it is to streamline content. But because of that, you can't to differentiate yourself harder.
Yeah, great JJK thumbnail right there. Any good?
Hey, that's gonna get someone's attention. It has the yellow letters and everything. Yellow over red, by the way, right? We're all, like everyone agrees with that. That's been my experience.
Yellow words,
in terms of
red arrow.
I like red.
Yellow words, red arrow. Yeah, this man's.
I mean, red's one of the primary colors. By the way, Kamui, this was the sketch thing I was talking about for like my fake manga panels. Something like this without the color.
Yes.
Yeah, it would look so good with my series.
Is that not good? I think that looks
Hanami looks a little bit weird, but Jogo works.
Yeah. So I'd have to find the right one,
Yeah,
of
You
course.
probably have to fill in some of the extra detail.
You
but,
make Hanami
like,
a little bit less, make Hanami more dark.
Yeah, again, it looks a little bit wonky because of all the other effects already stacked on top of it, but like if I took this off, it'd be
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
you have to like take that out. But
Yeah. But anyways,
that's cool though.
so
No.
back to this. Kamui, you want to
Wait, hold
take
up. What
this
does that have to do
one?
with the proof? Hold up.
Okay, yeah. So, okay, on the one on the left here, this was the the spoilers chapter cover. I think it was chapter 3. Doesn't really matter. It's chapter 4 actually. So, I mean, are you seeing this little thing to the left of Kawaki's foot here? On the one on the left.
Yeah, that little
You see
black.
that?
Yeah, the black square.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
what's your theory on why that? What is that? What's your theory?
Yeah.
A smudge mark or something? Or maybe a misprint? I mean, that's what it looks like. I'd assume.
Oh, so you're really thinking basic here. Okay, well, we really dug deep. We had a lot of theories. My personal one that I came up with is that so Kawaki's shoe it's actually pretty worn down. It's basically broken, but in Japanese culture, they never change their shoes until their shoes are so destroyed that they just literally cannot be worn physically. They will fall off your foot. So Kawaki, he hasn't reached that point yet. So he's still holding on to that shoe, even though it's like very ripped up.
Speaks
it's just
to his
Japanese culture.
conviction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
see-
his conviction, like it's his conviction to keep his shoes is stronger than his conviction to kill Boruto. Just to put it in perspective.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna assume here that my IQ is too low, so I'm gonna try to advance it to a hyper level, the state of a third or fourth dimensional being, real quick, and I'll try to follow your logic. Let me see what you got. All right. Kawaki's vendetta against his determination with his shoe surpasses his desire to destroy Boruto. That I feel like that'll be relevant somehow soon.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
will come into play in the story. Absolutely.
Wait, what? Actually?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
How?
Yes.
Well, because I think it's very clear foreshadowing, especially with the importance with it being a chapter cover. So this was obviously the chapter where Kawaki fought the Clawgrime, which turned into the Divine Clawgrime. And so this is just emphasis on the fact that the feet are going to be very important for that Clawgrime.
Well, no, actually, no, Oodie. It's the chapter when Jura was awakened. The reason that's important is they put so much emphasis on Jura's feet. Remember those weird looking feet? There's a
What?
reason
Yeah.
for that.
Okay,
Exactly.
so what does that have to do with proof that Ikimoto watches or listens to the podcast? I'm
Well,
so
because he
Oh,
noticed
yes.
this.
So then if you look at the one of the
Yeah.
and he got rid of it. He
So
got
this-
rid of the proof.
So again, this
Actually
was
got rid of it
the
after y'all exposed
this was the
him.
early copy. Ikimoto listened to it before the chapter came out, and this was the official once the chapter came out.
I see.
See, I consider this not a change, but character development.
Wait, what?
What? I mean,
Like between the you're saying he's giving us something like transitional and like the in between, like oh hey, now that the official ones came out, since this chapter has started, Kawaki has progressed within your world's time this much.
yeah, well, let's
Like-
keep in
like
mind,
that type shit.
this was officially released. It was released early, but this was also officially released. So these are both officially released material. Both of these are canon.
Okay, that's a good point.
So therefore, because both these are
Okay, here's
canon,
the point.
either this is a parallel universe from the time slip arc where Boruto went back in time. So this is universes A's Kawaki, whereas this is
All right,
universe
you
B.
out of here with this then? Nah, Force ain't going no damn
Nah.
time. What? That was
I
not
think
Boruto
what
that damn smudge. No, I'm not.
Don't you
I-
know that there's a time turtle in the Boruto anime?
I know about that.
It's
I know.
totally
Okay,
possible.
I know about.
Well, what
okay.
I was
If you acknowledge anime, it's
thinking-
different.
I was thinking that Ikimoto left in the little clue, but then when we spoiled the end game of the manga, he was like, crap, okay, I guess it was too obvious. We got to get rid of it
Okay,
for
so
obvious
Yeah.
reasons.
Yeah.
okay, so that's everyone. All right, well, thank you for putting that one together because I was going to say Boruto. I thought you were on that weird Boruto is the smudge mark in the past with Sasuke and Kaguya and Naruto and
Okay,
they're
if
all fighting.
anyone's gonna be that, it better be Urashiki. I will accept no other answer. The dude looks like Urashiki, and he's literally the best person for the job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, oh, just looking back in time, finding a point where I can fight Naruto, where he's too weak. Nope, he's pretty strong at this point in time, clearly. Like, yeah, maybe that's his
Or if
first
he was
show.
just observing, like if he's just observing what happened, bro. Like it's so easy with Urashiki, but with anyone else, it's just weird.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's
I mean,
pretty
he can- I mean,
obvious
he
to
can
me
normally
that this
do
black
it.
rectangle is Urashiki's karma mark placed onto Kawaki's shoe. And here on the right, it's not here because it's extracted in this panel.
You are smoking something and it's not a menthol.
I don't think
I
it's
just
pretty
wanted to point
blatant,
that out.
but
I mean, that could be Amato's reconstructed karma seal.
All right, who do y'all think Jura is? Because I think it's Konohamaru.
Oh, boy.
I'm starting to think it's him.
Kamui, do you really want to have this discussion again?
That's the first. I mean, we might as well.
Not.
I mean,
Please don't say ramen
never-
guy.
No. Well, it's
'Cause even if
obvious.
it is,
I mean,
like,
It's obviously Gara.
Ramen guy would never lose. Ramen guy would never lose to anybody, so it can't be him.
Yeah, I mean, it's clearly Aruka just based on the appearance.
what you think
Yeah.
so too?
You mean Gara?
I mean, he said
Hold
that
up,
his
so- okay, we are not in
targets.
agreement.
No, his target's Naruto. So who else would it be other than Kurama?
Kurama?
Yeah,
Actually,
Jura
if
is the
an- if
nine-tailed
anything,
fox.
I'm thinking Shinky.
Nah, that would be wild. Now that would actually, damn. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure if you're pranking me right now, but like that would be crazy. That actually would be crazy if that's some, because like I was under the impression Kurama was gonna come back type deal, but some people say I'm wrong. I thought he was gonna get reincarnated through chakra over time because that's what they said. But some people said the Baryon mode gets rid of it completely, like a nuclear fission from a sun. I don't know, but like that'd be kind of badass. That would be cool. I'd respect that.
I got a better one for you. Okay, think about it. Mizuki, the first villain of Naruto, comes back as the final villain of Boruto, hunting down Naruto.
He doesn't
It's
love him,
Mizuki Sensei.
but he doesn't
But
like him or love
Mizuki
him.
came back stronger than ever. But he hates him so much that he wants to eat him again.
Or what
That's
about
how it
this?
works.
What was that
He
filler-
does love
what was that
Naruto because he
filler arc?
loves to hate him.
What was that filler
Nah.
arc where
Nah.
it's like I swear to God, there's like a filler arc where it's Mizuki, and the reason why he hates Iruka is because he had more clout because he was an orphan or something like that.
Yeah,
That's so.
he was
crazy.
like kind of jealous of that. But
Jealous as
another
another
one-
orphan is crazy.
you know,
That is actually crazy. What?
Man, if only Sakura was like that since the beginning.
Oh my god, no, for real. Hold up, something else. That I wanted to ask you guys about. It was okay. So it was who is your what was the other one? Crap, I can't remember.
I
but
thought
it-
we didn't actually answer his question.
Well, I mean, I figured that meant like either
question.
you didn't want me to know who you
Yeah,
thought.
No,
or you
Yeah,
didn't
troll
want me to-
answers.
we can
Tommy just
actually
didn't
talk about it.
answer.
I had another silly answer. I forgot who it was. Crap, who was it?
Yeah, I think it's
It was
pretty
the cow
obvious by
turtle.
now, but whatever question you are going to ask, we are going to answer with our silly answer first. It's just a given.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just never
Just
sure. If it's like I
expect-
think it's like you can't tell me because like maybe he's got something cooking in the works and you don't want to give away the spoil the broth type shit.
Well, the
No,
broth is
well,
absolutely
I mean-
Kawaki, but I know Kamui disagrees on that.
You think it's
well,
okay? That I don't think that claw grind that Kawaki fought was even like super strong either. To be clear, I think that was just a regular ass claw grime. I think all of them at the Rinnegan we just haven't been able to see their eyes as clearly, or some of them are super grimes. But like, it just doesn't make sense for it to be Kawaki because like Kawaki's alive, right?
Yeah,
like,
so
Sasuke's alive. What do you
for
mean? Everyone's
Udi's-
alive.
Well, he's not sleeping, and there's no tree.
Sleeping.
that's what I said.
He's
So
also Wotsuki.
This is the only. Alright, so my picks was any of the three: Ishiki, Jigen, which is just still Ishiki, really, or Kawaki. Those
Yeah.
are my three picks. One of the three. I don't care who. The problem for Kawaki though is like we had to debate Oodie on this aspect, but yeah. So the theory for the Kawaki people is basically that Rinnegan Clawgrime absorbed his chakra when he was choking him out. That's fine, but my main thing is that Clawgrime didn't turn into a tree, whereas
Ooh.
Yeah, they would
that's
notice
what's
that.
supposed to happen when it absorbs the chakra. The Clawgrime itself turns into a tree. That's what's been consistent.
Well,
And so that's the only thing that kind of just makes me say I don't get the idea there. For Jigen and Ishiki, my reasoning is essentially they are, I don't want to say it this simple as this, but in a sense they are the Ten Tails, either through code in his white karma or based off how the Ten Tails is created to begin with. There are two different answers there, but essentially, in a sense, they are the main body, and that's why the main body, Jura, who at least I think he's the main body, looks like them. That's kind of what I lean towards. It could be Jigen or Ishiki in that case. I don't care who.
It's
But
gotta be someone that
Kawaki,
loves
yeah,
them,
I'm like,
though.
nobody turned into a tree. So
Or someone who cares about him. It's no one with negative emotions. It's a person they feel the strongest attached to.
Yeah, so
If anything,
I agree.
Jigen would, because if it was Jigen, he would have wanted to go to Kawaki, because that's the one he feels the most attached, whether it's love or hate. He owned the guy, and like, Kawaki's the reason all of his plans went kaput. And
yeah, but you could
agree.
argue that he has more hate for Naruto. I mean, we don't know.
I
but
disagree.
For Kawaki, we know his
like
attachment is clearly to Naruto. That's indisputable. For
Yeah.
Ishiki, it would be tricky because you could make a case for Kawaki, you could make a case for Naruto, you could make a case for Amano. This it's not as clear-cut obvious as it is for Kawaki. What I will say, though, is the people who say it's Kawaki because he puts his hands in his pockets, well, yes, that resembles Kawaki. The way crosses his legs in this spoilers, he crosses his legs, looks just like Jigen too. So I think it goes both ways, okay?
Man, remember when Gaara put his hands in his pockets? All I'm saying.
I feel like that. Gaara wasn't... One thing I don't get is, how did they even get to the leaf? That's for starters, right?
What? The code?
Like, how did they get to the lead? How did they get to Code's dimension? Like Mitsugi or whatever her name is, when she got turned into a clogram, a tree, Moegi? Sorry, Moegi. Does she have like Code's powers? Is she able to just transport herself easily like through that?
I mean, they do have a claw mark on their head, so I think so, yeah.
Yeah, they can at least use those to do it.
No, but I think they would have appeared in Konoha. I don't think they spawned from the tree. I think they turned into... one of the other claw grimes just transformed into them. Going back to my quantum entanglement theory.
No. Let's not. Yeah, I'm not sure if I think that they spawn out of the tree itself, or if just, like he said, a different claw grime turns into it, or what.
Or I think more realistically,
the weird thing is that there's only 4 of them.
They probably sprouted out from that root room, the room where like Jura was talking like 2 chapters ago. They probably came from there, which is probably in the Tendo.
Yeah, like the chakra transferred. The chakra all just transferred to like that place. That would make more sense, because you're right. If they appeared in Konoha 1, someone would have seen them. And 2, I mean, instinctually, wouldn't they have just swung on Konohamaru right then and there?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Moegi had no reason to wait. Moegi's clone, she could have just like,
well,
where's that Konohamaru
Well,
pack?
to be fair, they didn't have the targets until later on, so like they would only go after Boruto or Kawaki at first anyways. And in fact, the bug one is interesting because...
But they didn't go after Kawaki, though.
The bug one is the only one who didn't think about it. The bug one was more reactionary to Ada showing up than it was about Ada. I mean, I'm sure you could argue either way. It would have been coincidental that obviously it would have chosen Ada because it's bug. Of course, it makes sense. But it's also more interesting to consider, like, consider it a conspiracy theory all you want. It's possible that he's not, like, actually motivated for Ada. It's only just because she happened to be there at that time. Like, he wasn't actually thinking about it. He only chose her just kind of...
I mean, she showed up, and that's why, because he sensed her with the Senrigan, that's why he thought of her immediately like that. And he was like, yep, that's a good pick. That's kind of how it feels. He may have come to the same conclusion anyway. I think it's because I don't think he needed to think about it.
I mean, writing, absolutely.
Because, I mean, think about it. Ada, like... I mean, think about it. He's been watching Ada for years while she was sleeping on some creepy-ish. You know, like I'm just saying.
I mean, he's literally under her love charm.
I mean, wouldn't it make sense that it's purely out of love? Like, well, her Shinjutsu's effect of love? I think he was going to go, well, if that's the case, shouldn't everyone who's seen Ada go after Ada?
That's what I was going to say, though. Like, tactically, they shouldn't, Moegi just, like, love Ada,
maybe it doesn't make you the most in love. Maybe it makes you, like, in love, but not, like she's your number one priority. Maybe it's just like, oh, I love her so much. But you can still, like, love Sarada.
Just doesn't have anyone else he cares about.
Oh, it does say that it...
who'd be his friend?
The love charm...
tell me that Damon...
Go ahead.
Oh, that's it. I was just gonna say, like, I can say, like, Damon and him were Damon's the reason he didn't just pack them up. He ain't got no other friends. He's got no, look at his teeth, man. I don't know. He's going through a lot right now.
Yeah, we know the love charm affects people differently. Like Shikamaru had a lot of resistance, whereas the new Delta, I forget her name. What is it? The new Delta?
Yeah, she is.
Do you remember?
It's just Delta.
Delta, isn't it? Right?
No,
Like,
no, no. They called it
thought
a
was
new
just
one.
Delta.
It's because I remember calling it
No,
Bartholomew,
that
but
was
that
like
wasn't
a
right.
command.
Oh,
That was
okay,
like a
okay, yeah, you're
command.
right, you're right,
They
you're right.
consistently call it Delta after they said "Wake up, Bronco,"
Bronco,
and
that
then they
was
called
it,
it
yeah.
Delta from that
Oh,
on.
like Alpha, Bronco, Charlie. Like it's probably
Yeah.
like B type deal.
See, I'm never gonna
Yeah, 'cause they
remember
called her Delta
Bronco
after that.
because I just know it as Bartholomew. So for forever for me, that Delta is Bartholomew. And I forgot where I was going with that because of that. Oh yeah, so it affects people differently.
No,
So
just
that
Bug,
means
yeah.
the severity or intensity of your love for Ada would depend on the person. So it's very likely that you could love someone else more than Ada because of that variability.
Yeah. So like maybe that's the case. It could be
Well,
like just a love thing because that sounds reasonable to me. At
it's
least enough
also
for him.
possible that it's just about how much Ada subconsciously wants that
Agreed.
specific person to
Yeah.
love her. So if Ada just wants Delta to love her more than she wants Shikamaru to love her, that could also just be the reason why it happens.
This
Yeah,
is
that's a good point too. I mean, it's like a protection thing. Like she only needs to make you love her just enough not to hurt her type deal.
This is reaching on a limb, but it's also possible the more time you spend around Ada, the more it affects you because Shikamaru was told don't resist it, otherwise his mind will be destroyed. Well, it's possible going based off that. I understand that's different. So again, like this is out on a reach, but like maybe since Bug was there for years as opposed to others, well, I guess at this point in the time skip it's been years they've been around Ada. But the point is like Bug was like directly around Ada for years, whereas others, I guess aside from Mitsuki, this has been around her for years. But it's possible like
he's definitely
your
gonna hear
love
it though. I was
increases.
watching you for years. He's gonna say it. I'm telling you, like I was watching you for years and years, and now you're finally here.
Oh god.
Like old ass dude trying to eat a young lady. What?
I'm not most
he also kind of
in
hated Ada at the same time. Like he didn't want her to wake up because he feared her. And when she was asleep, it didn't really seem like Bug was like in love with her. It's more like he can't help but obey her. Like he can't help but like love her, but he also is like pissed about it. He's like, you witch. Like
I don't know. I definitely got the simp vibes from her. I didn't pick that up on anyone except for his like weird fear of Damon.
Nah, he hated
Which, I mean,
Ada.
I guess not weird fear. Really?
He absolutely hated Ada
like,
for sure.
Yeah, he was calling her like a witch for bossing him around. He's like, you witch, and he just did it anyway because of the charm's power.
Dude, I was waiting for Ada to reveal she has like mind reading abilities and she knows what Bug's been saying this entire time. I was just waiting for it. Never happened.
That would be awful. Someone who can see everything and hear everything. Because like, well, then they'd have. I mean, she would just solo the series at that point. Because I mean, you can't hide anything from her. And a minority with all the information will always beat a majority with like less. I don't care how much power you got. Like if Ada can read minds, that's a whole new level of ignorance.
Yeah, I mean to be fair, Ada is omnipotent, so it makes sense she could solo the series.
Well, I'm just saying, like just having that much raw information, like she could just, hey Kawaki, they know about our plan. Kill Shikamaru now. You know, like just something as simple as that.
Yeah, to be fair,
like having the ability to do that.
To be fair, we know that Damon scales
Ada
above
would ever kill Shikadeer?
Ada, I don't know. She probably
kills her deer Shikadeer. I don't know if Ada would do it. She
maybe
really likes her
Shikadeer. Hold up. I ain't saying about sorry, not her killing it. Her telling Kawaki, yo, they know about our plan, and Kawaki deciding at that point, all right, people are gonna be a lot more useful.
Okay, Kawaki, yeah. Because Ada, I don't think she would betray her Shikadeer like that.
Yeah,
by the way, if you didn't know, Shikadeer is the villain of Boruto. Shikamaru doesn't exist in Boruto.
Yeah, exactly.
Got you. Nah,
Shikamaru's been dead.
I ain't gonna lie. Like Ada's gonna ride with Kawaki. She's proved us with that, with everything that happened with the whole Boruto thing. She's gonna ride for him. So because of that, yeah, she'd tell him. Now she's not gonna directly get herself involved and start kicking people with like taijutsu. I don't think that would be crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'd be very shocked to see that. I definitely see a world where she tells him and he decides, all right, well, everyone here has outlived their usefulness, and she's like, I mean, it's for love. You don't get it. I've never been loved, and now I have the chance to. Although Kawaki clearly does not love her. I don't know why she. I don't get it. Like she let him cuck her basically.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
I think the way for
For
Ada in this
Naruto.
case, Ada's not going to say something with the intent of like Shikamaru being killed. Like she's not gonna try to out someone else, but she'll say like, in order to protect Kawaki, say like, hey, they figured out the truth or whatever, and then Kawaki will come to his own decision. It's like not that Ada wanted Shikamaru to die, but it'd be like she doesn't want Kawaki to die.
Yeah, exactly.
Inadvertently ends up leading to Shikamaru's death,
Yeah,
hypothetically.
it's
kind
her
of thing.
man or some dude or her
Yeah.
homeboy. You know, Shikamaru's cool, but he's not Kawaki. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
that
He's
simple.
like, he's not that sexy though.
Not for real.
So how long is the stream supposed to be?
Jesus Christ, y'all! It's 11 o'clock. Oh, sorry, it's almost 12 for me. My God.
It's
Yeah,
11:44
we'll go for
me.
another few hours, probably, knowing us.
Shoot.
Yeah, I'm getting tired. I've been up since 5 in the morning.
Ew,
That's
why?
I get up
ridiculous.
early.
What do you have to be up for
I work
that
at a
early?
school. I
Ugh.
work at a school.
Good on you.
Yeah, school.
Hey,
I'm
you
a
better not be there
school
snitching on those.
cafeteria janitor.
Dope. I mean,
They
honestly,
make
look,
you wake up at 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. That's
that's
whack.
because those nasty ass kids be out here putting boogers underneath the seat and stuff. Open in the
Oh my
sink.
gosh. Oh, so on Valentine's Day, I had to clean up 2 different vomit spills because they were eating too much candy.
I hate
Ridiculous.
cleaning vomit. I never had to clean kid vomit though, but I've had to clean plenty.
Oh, you know what they make us use for vomit? They give us like a bottle of like basically cat litter, but for human vomit, I guess.
Oh
So we have to
God, that is
shake like
awful.
half. We have to shake
That
like
sounds
half a
awful.
bottle, and then we get the broom and we sweep it up, and then we mop over it.
Yeah, everything about that sounds awful. I won't even lie to you.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. And the boys, they eat their lunches in the bathroom for some reason. So I have to clean food off the wall sometimes because they throw it at each other.
Man, you ever
It's
try giving them?
disgusting.
I guess you can't hit kids nowadays. Back in my day, we get beatings for things like that. At least from our parents. And honestly,
And
if I
then
threw some food on the wall, that'd be worth a beating. I ain't gonna lie. Not a beating, but like, you know, shoot. Definitely at least a stern talking to or something.
a smack on the hand with the ruler.
Shoot, man. We had some
No,
crazy.
for you, Duck, so it's a smack on the hand with a broom or a mop.
Or chancla.
A chancla.
You poured the little kitty litter puke stuff on them. How's it feel?
Hey, kiddos, that'd be messed up. I've always
we
wanted
get wet. We have wet rags to wipe down the table, so I could just pop them with that.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, I've always wanted to like work in some type of like schooling, like just get back to kids, maybe volunteer. But I forgot, kids got some smart mouths. They really be talking to you like you're a broke bum on the street.
Good thing I don't talk to anybody, except for my friend that I made at work.
Shout to the work homies.
Technically, he's a student and staff because he doesn't have like he's missing a lot of classes because he doesn't need to take them. So for half the day, he doesn't really need to be there. So he decided to start working as a janitor.
Dang.
So I made friends with him.
He a senior?
Yeah, he's a senior.
They even got programs out of like, man, I would have killed for a job in high school. Shoot. Okay, I'm not proud nor shamed of anything. I'm not too. I've wiped butts. I've cleaned toilet. Man, look, I got no shame nor pride. Sorry, let me correct myself. No shame nor pride. But why would I need such petty things?
Have you played Power World?
No, we talked about with Sage of Thick Calves last time he was on. He was a really cool guest. I liked him. He talked cool.
I never played it. Apparently, it's Pokemon with guns, but then people say Pokemon with guns, but Pokemon has guns.
I mean, if you want to know more about Power World, we got the guy for you.
Ew.
You may have heard of him before, actually. Might have even talked to him before.
Is his name Trippy?
Yeah, his name does rhyme with Miss Lippy.
There is a Rippy in his
I mean-
name. That's included in there. Some part.
Yeah, his personality you might say is pretty ippy.
Yeah, I think he misses the podcast a lot because he's peas. Yeah, that's the only other way I could go with
Yeah,
it.
he's always like catching fish. We're expecting a big catch, honestly, by the time he returns. But
Look at this boy. It's gotta be like a world
I think he's
ending.
going for the world record, like the world record tuna something.
I mean, when we talk to him on Sunday, assuming he shows up, we're definitely asking him like, so Trippy, can you show us the fish?
Yeah, we gotta see that butte. See the size of it. King of Chaos, how big of a fish do you think Trippy's gonna catch?
I think he's still gone.
Yeah, see, I was doing
Oh
the
no,
thing
he's
to where
He's really looking for those chips.
No, he doesn't
maybe
have
he
a
just
bag
forgot
of
to mute.
chips. He just has chips. So he's just like getting the chips one by one, just like in a handful. He's just going around getting them like off a plant or something, like he planted his chips. That'd be funny.
Getting one chip, and it's like he has to walk a mile to grab one chip, then he runs back. Oh, I hope they're not asking me a question. He leaves again.
Now he said chips. That's plural, but he really meant chips. He's only getting two. He's getting two chips.
Maybe he like literally had to like walk to the store to get them. Like he's like literally, I'm going to leave to get these chips. Like I'll be back in an hour.
Oh my god.
I mean, we'll probably be here in an hour anyway, so it's not like he has to rush.
How long have we been
Yeah.
going? Not long, but 2 hours.
I don't know.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2
I
hours.
wanted
That's
to-
not long for us.
Yeah, I want to be done for like 3 a.m. Or obviously we can do sooner, but knowing us, we'll keep going. But that's 2 hours from now. So
Yeah, there's a podcast topic that I want to wait for him. Kamui, did we want to discuss
Oh,
the
wait, yeah,
Infinite
what do we-
Tsukiyomi that discussion
No.
we were doing? Did we want to do it on the podcast? Just to recap it, since we've already gone through the whole discussion on our own.
my God, I mean, what did we say?
What didn't we say? Like I feel like we could just go pull up exactly what we said. Like it's all there.
I mean, we can just talk about okay. So, okay. So, the point I was getting at is that, all right. So, what should we start with? Like, where the light comes from, what the light does, how that relates to Genjutsu. Like, what do we want to start with?
Oh God, how do we start this in the first place?
Actually,
Right.
yes.
Okay, but understand,
Because,
Kamui,
like,
this
I mean,
also
the
goes back to the two different types of Kekkei Genkai. It's not the DNA one, but it's still combining two different elements.
Well, no,
No,
it
but it's
is
not-
not.
it's not,
It is
though,
not
because-
ice style. Let me be very clear. It
because-
is not ice
Yeah,
style.
it's like a pre versus post thing. Sasuke isn't internally combining
Yeah.
wind and water to release ice release. He is releasing wind style and water style, and it mixing them after the fact, and it results in a ice. Results in ice, but it's not.
Yes, it's
the
not.
ice release.
It's not a type of ice. It is just ice, and he's doing it
Yeah, he
through
made
his
ice,
style.
but he didn't make ice. He made ice afterward. Yeah,
Yeah.
but he made it
Yeah.
separately. Like he threw out two different ingredients to make pancake. Like he put
Like-
water and
like-
flour and made pancakes.
Yeah, he's combining
not
two
doing
elements.
it.
That's a Kekkei Genkai.
He doesn't do it this separated out, but it's like he doesn't do it to this extreme, but it's like he did water style, make a lake, and then lots of wind style, make it cold. Now it's ice. That's basically
Yeah.
what he's doing.
Yeah, that's not the same as like ice, pure ice release where you can just like, oh, ice. Let's put this out here
Yeah.
and making it. Again, you're sitting out the ingredients to make pancakes from two different hands versus you snap your fingers and making pancakes. That's how I look at it. At least.
Yeah, but again,
Hmm.
the end result is still the same.
I think this
so.
is a more obvious difference that Sasuke points out as a difference. This is like only Naruto related, but Sasuke's ice would be like physical ice in nature for them, even though he creates it from chakra. Its behavior would really just be like physical ice. He
Yeah.
can't turn it into mirrors, molten, and do all these
Yeah.
wacky things with it. It's just literally frozen water, and he can throw it at you now or whatever. But
Well, no, he can't move, and that's something else. He can't move the ice. He had to like the ice, like he used it to a sense to where it froze them in place, but he can't freely manipulate, like make an ice prison or ice mirror,
an ice dragon or whatever.
Yeah,
it's
none
just
like that. Or shoot an ice
he's
ball.
just gonna make a block of ice.
Yeah, he's gonna turn something wet and then make it really cold.
Yeah.
Can't believe Sonic's losing against Cheery. I'm playing Risk of Rain while we're talking. And it has a bunch of characters in it.
Still crazy to
My
me
Sonic is
how
losing, and I bet
Haku was
I'm
able to
going
like make his mirrors float and go into his mirrors. Like that's not ice release. Come on, there has to be something else.
Yeah,
I know,
nah,
dude. It's so
that made no
magical.
sense. That made no sense.
What happens? What happens if somebody transforms into a pencil and then they use that pencil to write? What happens to like the markings that are on the paper? Does that become the person again?
Shut
That's
up.
like his fingernails. It's like stop, please.
That would be awful.
See, I'm wondering, what if he stays transformed as that pencil for so long that the pencil's used to the point that it's worn down, and then there's like no pencil left because like the lead's already used. Like all the lead's on the paper.
Well, I think it's once you take enough damage, you switch back, right? That's what happens in transformation jutsu.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
Once
point.
you take enough damage,
So I think
maybe.
you'd probably just get undone before he got to that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Point.
Like what would probably be happening is like it would be like getting a haircut. Like he's
Yeah.
losing some blood. Oh, my hair is getting shaved off. I should the jutsu undoes. He's bald because he got a haircut. But
because it doesn't take much. It takes just a real general hit. That's why they kept.
Yeah, they just poof
Gamabunta and
away.
Naruto said, "Hey, make sure you don't get hit by this, otherwise, we'll get transferred back. You're gonna have to dodge them."
You know what's
Okay,
funny?
so they do transform.
Why is Gamabunta so bad at the transformation? like,
Bro, yeah.
why?
I mean, he's
Why
Chief
would he need
Toad.
to
He doesn't have
transform
to.
anything?
hard.
He's a giant frog.
Yeah, he's Chief
I'm like,
Toad. He
but
lets his
I'm
underlings
like,
do
it
it.
can't be that hard, bro. Like,
Yeah, no.
Well, think
I'm with
about
you.
it
That
this
makes no
way.
sense.
Has
I mean, I guess it's more
Gamabunta
of a
ever
human.
graduated from the academy? Okay, so he shouldn't know the
No.
transformation jutsu. There you go.
Why? Hold up. Humans, Ninshu and all that jazz was just derived from like all the other jutsu, and like the toads and the sages and all them. They seem to have at least some type of knowledge on it. So
yeah,
I don't
really know why. Like, he doesn't need.
Like-
yeah, he wasn't required to learn it to graduate from the
But it's
Ninja
so basic.
Academy. But like, he still learned other jutsu just because that's what the toads do. So I don't see why and he also evidently does know how to do it. He just said he's not very good at it. Like, why does he suck at the transformation jutsu is what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Because he didn't need to master it.
Okay, but to be fair,
He
are
has
we
never-
really
he
going to
never mastered
call
it.
Gamabunta's water bullet a jutsu? Or is that just something he calls it?
I mean, he probably infuses chakra
mean,
in it.
He probably
It
does.
is water style. I mean, it is.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
infuses
yeah,
chakra
it
in it.
feels
So,
a
like,
little
I-
bit-
It'd be
It
kind of
feels
weird
a
if it
bit
was just
weird.
plain old spit.
I mean,
Oh,
it
that'd be
seems
nice.
just like
Just
something like he
spitting
can
on
just
you.
do anyways.
or
So.
bile.
Ew.
That would be
That's more of a
gross.
Katsuyu thing anyway.
I guess you could consider it similar to
Yeah.
like Jiraiya's lion mains jutsu, to where he's using his own hair. It's almost like the same idea. So yeah, that's
okay,
a
okay.
jutsu.
'Cause
So
what
yeah,
Yo, that
style is that
jutsu's
genre?
crazy.
no.
Like that. Why does? It's so
Is that like
interesting how we
Yang
can just do
style?
that.
Is that like, yeah, that must be like Yang style or something.
Yeah, I actually it
Or
probably
no, Yin
is.
style. No, Yin style, right?
No, I don't think it would be Yin because the best comparison I feel like will be the expansion jutsu,
Yeah.
Okay,
um,
yeah.
which is Yang.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the
Oh, it is?
closest comparison.
Okay,
Yeah.
yep, exactly. I agree then.
Yeah, expansion
So-
jutsu Yang
Yang-
and
But it is
shadow possession is
interesting.
Yin.
Yang is physical and Yin is mental, I think, right?
Yeah.
Or is
Yes.
it the other way?
Okay,
Yeah.
yep, I think
No,
I had
correct.
it.
But yeah, that's just such an interesting jutsu that Jiraiya's got some of the craziest jutsu actually. Like some of it,
So-
if you look at like the data book descriptions of some of the shit he can do, it's just so insane. Like he can literally just turn you into a frog and like you're done. you are a frog now. Or he literally basically has Kamui. He can just send you to another dimension. Like he does it against what the animal path of pain. Like that is a different dimension according to the data book.
Man, look, that's the smartest tech I've ever seen.
Like,
Why didn't he use the frog transformation on Pain? They just have to be so much weaker that they can't fight it or something.
Or maybe they have to be stable and like not moving.
Dude, the frog thing makes
No,
no
that frog
sense.
guy
I'm
was
just trying to think
running.
about it. Like, so do the frogs emit the nature energy? Is that why they turn specifically into frogs rather than just more animalistic or more natural or whatever? Like, why don't they turn into a tree when they absorb nature energy? Like, specifically only a frog. It's not like it could be any animal. It's only frogs. So I'm thinking frogs have to
well, no, but
emit
it's
the
weird,
natural
though.
energy.
But no, but the weird thing is it's based off of just who's teaching you it. Because if you're in Ryuchi Cave, you'll turn into a snake instead.
Yeah.
Like, why does it matter? Like,
So
Or
it
you could
has
turn
to be
into a
the
slug.
animals. So maybe nature energy really just means animal energy, animal chakra. They're just constantly
Yeah,
emitting
because
it.
like I know the Kabuto became more snake-like the more he progressed, right?
I mean, he was
I
also
mean-
doing body modifications too. It's not
Kabuto
just
had other
nature
stuff
energy.
going on with it, but like, I mean, you could say so. Like in Mount Myoboku, because there's so many frogs that there's a lot of frog energy being emitted. So the nature energy would naturally like make you frog-like or something. And then once you
That's
just, I
probably it.
guess, and like so maybe Naruto, even when he's not in Mount Myoboku, because what he's used to gathering is frog energy. Maybe maybe Naruto specifically gathers frog energy from the air.
Okay,
So
that's
like
interesting.
the snake nature energy he doesn't gather. He only gathers the frog one because that's basically what he learned to gather in Mount
Yeah, they're
Myoboku.
pulling from
Same
different
would apply to
pools.
the other places.
Right,
That could
okay.
work.
I like
Yeah, they're
that.
pulling from
Yeah.
different whatchamacallit.
I mean,
sources.
yeah, I just came up with it now, but I think
I like
let
that,
me write
yeah.
that down.
So
I'm
it's
gonna
not that
make that up-
Konoha
make that up for a
specifically
video
randomly
explanation.
has frog nature energy only. It's just that's all Naruto could access at the time. So hypothetically, if Naruto knew both, he could have turned
Yeah.
that pain into either a frog or a snake. I wonder if he absorbed
Yeah,
both, what
like
he would have
if- yeah,
turned
if
into.
Naruto
A
knew-
hybrid.
A
It's probably
snake
different-
frog, yeah.
A snog.
So, and then like for Hashirama, I mean, it's not confirmed whether he has a slug sage mode or some other thing.
Monkey,
But
sun, who knows?
let's just pretend he has his own sage mode. Like it's not slug, he just made it up himself. In his case, he would just maybe he has like the plant, the tree nature.
Yeah,
energy.
his
That's what
unironically
that would
might be
work.
tree.
Would.
I think that
Coming
does
from-
work.
Yeah, because
Hashirama
like
is
he
so
just the
built
nature energy
different
that
he
comes
just
from
made up his own
trees.
sage mode.
Yeah.
The sun could work as well because he got the sun seal and like Indra, Ashura shenanigans, but I think tree makes sense as well. So, but I mean, tree also has to do with sun, so like either way, I feel like either way works.
Photosynthesis sage mode.
Yeah. So if Hashirama tried, he could just turn you into a tree. It's crazy.
That'd be funny.
So
I mean, like I said, I think for Hashirama, slug makes sense via Tsunade, but also I think tree would make sense via wood style.
Yeah, and the whole like the way summoning like everything is basically made of wood that he's used. I haven't seen him use any other styles other than that. Oh, and the summoning jutsu for his swords.
he also has, what is it, yin style or yang
I
style?
thought he has
Kamui,
all
you know.
5.
He has quite a few different styles of
I guess
jutsu.
it
I know he's
depends
got
on
the
anime
dark
versus
force,
manga.
the Yo-Ya Genjutsu and that stuff. Sorry, by the way,
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to call it here. Gotta go be a good husband.
Fair enough. All
You're
right.
good.
Yeah, we
I'm the
appreciate you
guest
Thanks for
coming
coming
on.
again.
on, though.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That was really fun. Thanks for having me. Hope you'll have me again.
Of course.
Yeah, you definitely. You
Oh,
were,
and,
you were hype.
Yeah, and everyone go
Thanks.
check out King of Chaos's channel. Any video in particular you want to send them to?
Oh, peep that new Four Horsemen of Apocalypse anime episode 1. For those of you who have
Bet.
like, it's a good anime to start. I think it's worth watching. The animation's on point. Y'all got to check it out. Show it some love.
Yeah.
Thanks, by the way, Udkun. You're a real one.
Yeah, for sure. I'll put it in the, what is this, chat.
Dope. I'll be sure to give you a huge shout out to y'all in one of my next videos too. I appreciate y'all having me. It's so nice.
Appreciate you coming on. Yeah, and hopefully we can have you on again soon.
All right, y'all be smooth. Oh, very soon, most def. Y'all be
Yeah.
smooth.
All right,
Dude,
you
like,
too.
yeah, literally 2 days from now.
Oh shoot, yeah, no, I'll hit you up. Let me know when you're on.
All right, cool. Sounds great.
All right, take care, y'all.
All right, I'll see you.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Okay. Well, we didn't get his opinion on the infinite Tsukuyomi light thing, but I feel like it was okay. Kamui, did you want to
Was that
discuss
the one you
this?
wanted his opinion on?
Wait, what?
Wait, was that the one for podcast topics you were talking about, or was there a different one?
No, the infinite Tsukuyomi light that like you said, where do we start? And then we didn't start at any of them, and we moved on to something else.
Oh.
I guess Dux could answer it for us. And we'll make a community poll out of it too. So okay, so Dux,
What?
how? So
Do you
funny.
think souls have flavor?
I mean, the Reaper was definitely enjoying it, so
I mean,
probably tastes pretty good.
chakra is comprised of the soul, and we know Samehada likes certain tastes of chakra.
Yeah.
True.
So they probably do.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
like
chakra
the
can be like
A-Tails
light
is
or dark.
octopus flavor.
Yeah, based on like the soul, chakra can be light or dark as well. Like Naruto's chakra
So
was light,
yeah, we already
Sasuke was
know the
dark.
answer to Naruto's is definitely ramen flavored. Boruto's is burger flavored. I don't know about some other people. You have to look up their favorite foods.
That's hilarious.
A ramen, dude. It would have been so funny to have a scene where like Samehada gets like Naruto's like base Naruto's chakra, and it's like he's like, "Ooh, you like his ramen flavor, huh?"
Oh my god, I just thought of something crazy. Imagine Kamui, like unironic, like not as a gag moment, but as a serious thing. If Naruto was turned into a Shinju, and it was revealed his target was the ramen guy.
That would be awesome. I mean, they wouldn't do it. They would probably pick Sasuke Hinata, or
His kids, yeah.
would he pick both? I mean, he can't pick between either kid though. That would be harsh. If
Well,
they,
I don't,
if they
I
did
don't see any
that.
reason why
So,
he can't have more than one target.
that's true. It would
Yeah.
just be both. I think the ramen guy though would be great. I don't think they
No.
would do it, like, because it wouldn't have the same tension as like Hinata or Boruto or Himawari or something. But like it would, oh, that'd be so heartwarming.
I know, and
Actually,
I'm being
Aruka.
serious as a gag
Aruka
moment.
would probably be
yeah.
more realistic.
I think Aruka would be good too.
I think the ramen guy, it would be too much of a gag moment, but it would, the fans would love it. I think Aruka would be more likely.
I mean,
I kind of did. Okay, I don't actually hate this, but like it does kind of suck that like in every moment when Naruto thinks about someone who acknowledged him, that he doesn't think about the ramen guy who literally is canonically the first person to acknowledge him. Because before Aruka did, the ramen guy was already being nice to Naruto,
Ryuchi?
giving him free, like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, it's arguable
He
the
has a
third
name and you
Hokage
will speak
was.
his name.
That's funny.
yeah, I
Arguably
guess
third
technically
Hokage.
Minato and Kushina were the first.
Well, I'm talking about people that Naruto would
Mhm.
recognize because technically, like Mikoto visited Naruto in the hospital when he was like first born. Like Naruto doesn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder who Naruto thinks the first person would be. I mean, technically Naruto says it's Aruka, but that's freaking cap. Naruto's
Yeah.
an idiot. So who's the first person Naruto
Literally,
actually
no.
realized? Yeah, would it be the ramen guy or would it be third Hokage?
I think it should be the ramen guy. That's the best.
Yeah, I agree. That's
But,
the best. I don't
yeah,
know
it
if it's
wasn't.
true, but it's the best.
I mean, there's that one flashback of Hiruzen just be like, "Here's your allowance. Don't waste it." And Naruto looks so sad. So I don't know, man.
He's pretty happy fishing with Hiruzen, so... Well, I can't say that. Really,
I
it was
know it's so
Hiruzen
crazy.
stole his fish. That's really what happened.
It's so crazy how they have all these. They have these like various back and forth. Like some flashbacks of Hiruzen are him like fishing with Naruto. Other ones he's just like, "Here's your money. See ya." Like what? Dude was bipolar as fuck. It would have been crazy if there was like some flashbacks with Danzo. Danzo's just in the ramen shop with Naruto. He's remembering this moment, and like Danzo's just in the background glaring at him. Or it shows a whisper, "Yo, that guy's the Nine-Tailed Fox, bruh."
Oh my god. Okay. Got that written down. Okay. No, but even like outside of a gag moment, it unironically it'd be probably the Shinju I'd be the most excited to see. Naruto Shinju going after Aruka or the ramen guy or just whoever. Like Matsuri and
Yeah.
Konohamaru, there's some level of investment there, but like there you can't match the intrinsic value that would come from Naruto and the ramen guy in that way. Like there's a tragedy element there. It's nostalgic. It goes back to the roots of the show. It really hits you in the soul. Especially knowing the difference in power, the fact that the ramen guy would have to be protected, and like the talk no jutsu between the two, whatever scene that would be.
Mm.
Oh my god.
Bro, the ramen guy offers him a bowl of ramen, and then Naruto tries it, and he changes his target to just eating ramen. Bro, that could work. So actually, this is kind of like weird though. So like, I don't really get why it's kind of weird. Like, honestly, it's not even that much of a threat. Like, if for Naruto gets devoured because, Sasuke's still alive. As far as we know, he can be saved. Like, it doesn't even feel as much like a threat as it could. Like, so I don't care, bro. Naruto is literally trapped in Daikoku 10. So what if he turns into a tree for? It's no different to us. That's not even a stake. You know what I mean? Like, if he was going to die from it, yeah, but like, there's no difference to us whether he's a tree or trapped in Daikoku 10.
Yeah, there's no ticking clock. Sasuke's been a tree for what, 2 years now? It's crazy.
Exactly, and it just doesn't. As far as we know, it doesn't matter. I feel like if they just died, which makes more sense because honestly, when the Asuski get devoured, it's not like they, as far as we've been shown, they don't just live like sticking out of a tree. They're gone. Bye bye.
Well, to me, it's weird that they're still alive
It's the
because we
whole-
know when the Ten Tails eats an Otsuki, the Otsuki obviously die because they use the karma to revive. But in
Exactly,
this case,
the
they're
whole reason they do that.
yeah. So the Clog Rhymes are devouring, quote unquote, these people, except not really because they're not devoured. See, this is what I'm talking about. I think the tree is a mutation.
That
I don't think
makes
it was
sense.
able to finish devouring them. I don't think it's
Yeah, I
supposed to
think
turn into a
that
tree. Yeah.
because well, I mean, it could be this is going to be the silliest one. It could just be that because they're too small to just eat them whole, that it doesn't finish because they can't, like, obviously they can't do it in one bite. They get a little bit of chakra, they start turning into a tree, but because they couldn't eat all of them, they're like, whoops.
God.
So if they were bigger, it would just work better.
God. I mean, you're not wrong. If it's big enough to fit Sasuke in one bite, like, it just does consume Sasuke, I guess. But
Yeah, so I mean that actually might be it, which is hilarious. But
But what
that's
does
also
that
kind of
mean?
stupid. It's like, okay, but that's
But like hypothetically, if there's a big clog rhyme, it fits Sasuke in its mouth. There's no stomach acid. Like Sasuke is just still in the middle of that tree, but it's just a bigger tree. Like it's the same scenario,
well,
right?
I think I mean, no, but I think in that point it would be quote unquote consumed all of him, so he would be dead because all of his chakra was consumed versus just a little bit of it.
Okay.
The obvious if it starts freaking munching on him, he's just gonna die from that.
But it should be the body though, because otherwise Yotsuki would just feed the Ten Tails its own chakra. Like it wouldn't even have to drain itself down to zero because it could just recover
That's
its
what
own
I'm
chakra.
saying. Like that's the thing that's weird about it is that. But then, like, you look at what Boruto explains. It's just the chakra. That's all it is. They're just trying to eat the chakra. But it's like, why do they do it the way they do? It's just, I don't, like, can't they just hypothetically just get rid of like 80-90% of their chakra and then just regenerate it? Or even if they can't do that, just get the chakra fruit that's better. You would still have a net sum that's better anyway. So,
Dude, their
why
body
would you
has
ever
to be
do
more
this?
potent, like fertilizer or something. Especially because we know the Shinju, they're literally just God Rays or whatever. by eating an Otsutsuki, they evolve. So when the Ten Tails eats a Otsutsuki, the Ten Tails evolves. In the same way, when an Otsutsuki eats a God Tree, or not a God, when a Ten Tails eats a divine, what is it, the Chakra Fruit, or another Otsutsuki, they also evolve. So like Otsutskis are just Ten Tails. At least it's the same process, the same function. But like, what is it with the body itself? Because it seems like that is what it is. It's not the chakra, because they're not evolving from their own chakra. They're only evolving from the external source, which comes from themselves. So it has to be their own body. Like, Urashiki ate his eye, and then he transformed. But he's eating his eye. Like, he already
could say
has...
It's the chakra in his eye.
But he already has that chakra. It's his eye. It was in his eye socket. He has that chakra.
but like, to be fair though, if you pluck out, like when Madara's eyes were plucked out, it's not like he still has his Rinnegan powers.
What
like
if there's
the powers contained within the eye too.
What if there's like little flavor packets of like extra chakra in his eyeball that he can't access normally, so he has to nibble on it?
I mean, I think the eye itself just contains it, depending on the context, it contains a specific and powerful chakra. So like in Madara, using Madara as an example, he still has, Hashirama chakra and his own chakra in his body, but the mixed chakra, essentially the Hagoromo derived power, is just contained within his eye. So if he loses his eye, he loses that power. So in the case of Sasuke, he still can have his Susanoo. I mean, the whole thing's just weird, bro.
Okay, so
it's inconsistent, bro.
Here's my theory based on this inconsistency, and I don't like this answer. This sounds wrong to me, but I'm going to say it anyways. And you're going to tell me it's wrong, and then that's fine. I think what's happening here is their body evolves, but their chakra doesn't evolve. It doesn't change. It doesn't become more potent. It doesn't transform into something stronger or greater.
Oh.
The Otsutskis, they could get more chakra, but I think like base Momoshiki's chakra is the same chakra as fused Momoshiki's chakra. I don't think it changed or got stronger or different in any kind of way. It's just his body became stronger, more potent, more viable as a vessel, whatever you want to say. Based on this, that's what it seems like it has to be.
That's getting into a quality versus quantity argument, I guess.
I know.
But,
like, for example, when Momoshiki ate Kinshiki, it doesn't seem like he gained any of Kinshiki's chakra or abilities or anything. He gained Kinshiki's worth of chakra into his face.
What do you mean it didn't seem like it? He literally immediately started using Kinshiki's weapon creation ability. Clearly got his ability.
Okay, maybe, okay, I don't know.
He got his abilities, like...
I don't know. Weird.
Or I should say ability, because that's the only one we ever saw him use, but...
Okay, then look at it this way. He unlocked a Rene Sharingan, whereas Kinshiki didn't have one, but Kinshiki had 2 Byakugan, but he didn't gain an additional 2 Byakugan.
Yeah, exactly, it's weird. It doesn't, like, it did something other than just add a Kinshiki. It resulted in some like other mutations too. Yeah. But that being said, I don't think it's possible to have a scenario to where only their body got stronger without their chakra, because that would go against what chakra is. Because if you improve the body, your physical energy is stronger. That will make your chakra stronger no matter what, because that's a component of chakra. So you can't, unless his mental energy got weaker to compensate, that wouldn't really work.
Maybe it's just me, but like Kinshiki's design, this picture doesn't really show it well. It just feels like his horn isn't a part of his body. It's almost like a headband that he wears, like a hat. It is.
I think it's just the way it looks.
I know.
It's kind of like Madara's.
It is like Madara's, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Madara really ripped his off.
Like, Madara's literally is just like a headband.
Which makes sense, given that he is a ninja, but...
In fact, that's kind of funny, though. considering how much the Otsutskis value their horn, Madara just casually rips it off smiling.
Yeah.
I mean, where else is that third eye gonna pop out of?
Just out of the horn.
I mean, to be fair, did Madara really need to rip off his horn? Like, he could still... Could he not awaken the Rinne Sharingan if it's covered? Like, Kakashi's Sharingan couldn't turn off. It's still covered.
Well, maybe
Maybe
he
he
could
didn't know
awaken it,
that.
but he would never be able to reflect it on the moon.
But like you're saying, it should be like a remote thing to where it's already on the moon regardless. Like, there doesn't have to be a connection there.
No, but Madara does look at the moon when he makes it reflect. He just turns away after. He like when he first like he looks at the moon and then the eye opens up. And then like he starts that he does the reflection and then he starts to for some reason turn around.
Sure.
He just wanted to see everyone affected, I guess.
It's freaking crazy.
But yeah, so I think I get what you're saying there, but I think the chakra has to get better, just stronger in some way by nature of their bodies evolving too. Like you can't have the body evolve but not the chakra too. It just wouldn't really work.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't, honestly speaking, like it's not that I hate Sasuke, but I don't think I really like the fact that they're still alive, even if it's for the reasons that we came up with. That's just kind of ass.
See, I just wish there was a ticking clock that we knew of.
But it doesn't seem to exactly. But it like hypothetically, if it was progressively siphoning chakra and then slowly, but eventually it'll run out or something like that, that would work. But it just seems like it's like the Daikoku 10. You're just okay. You're stuck there until whatever.
So it also seems like it's either not turning them into Zetsu or the Zetsu process takes a long time, like I thought it did, because
The
it's
Zetsu
keeping them
process is
alive.
separate. Yeah, no, the Zetsu thing's different. That they will never turn into Zetsu with this.
Okay, but how's
That's
it
an infinite
keeping them
Tsukiyomi thing.
alive? Oh my god, not with that freaking nonsense again.
Bro, argue with the series.
Okay, but why is the divine tree keeping them alive? To siphon more chakra? It's like a chakra receiver?
No, because that's where we but that's where we get into the theory that you literally brought up yourself. That it's a combination of what we said, because they can't bite the whole person. Perhaps they can't devour the whole person, and so they start to transform immediately upon receiving their chakra. But because they can't finish, because they can't bite them all at once, the tree just stops, and so no more chakra gets changed.
No, I understand. It's not draining them down to zero,
right.
but time is still passing. They're not starving to death. The tree's sustaining them.
The tree isn't. Oh, okay. From that perspective, yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Well, yeah, it has to be sustaining them in the same way the God tree was. Dead. Yeah, so the God tree
I think,
should be sustaining them.
I mean, honestly speaking, I don't think they'll even say that.
That's crazy, but you're probably right.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I think you're right. That has to be the explanation. I just don't think they're ever going to say it.
Crazy.
It's sad, truly, but true, probably.
Okay.
It's just.
So there was an article I was really hyped to get into. I don't know if you want to save it for Sunday though. Actually, Sunday we'll probably discuss the chapter. Well, do you think the chapter will be out Sunday?
I think it's scheduled to come out the 20th, but last time it came out 2 days early, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, either way, I'm sure there'll be an OP scans like thing with all the translations.
Hopefully that's out Saturday night so I can read it then instead of, because if it comes out Sunday, I probably just won't read it Sunday before stream. But okay, do we want to discuss the spoiler? The official spoiler? I mean, we might as well since it's like spoiler stream. Or we could just not if you didn't want to. I mean, you want to just wait till Sunday?
We can. It's just kind of weird when I read more of the spoilers, so
All right,
now
we'll
I
not.
know exactly
let's
what
not
that
do
panel
it.
is.
Yeah, we're not gonna do it. Never mind. I lied. What we will
Yeah.
do, we'll discuss that Sunday. What we will do, discuss. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'll ask while I go to the bathroom. I know you don't like it. I still don't know if he could absorb it.
Oh, I know. I mean, my only thing with that, I would prefer that he couldn't, but the only thing is, so obviously there's a way around this, but it's the fact that he absorbed chakra from the Biju. I would prefer, and this is the way you could explain it, it's just that either all Chibaku Tenseis, or at least Sasuke specifically, has the power to absorb the chakra of whatever is trapped in it. And that would just work. It would solve the problem. Because I don't think he ever absorbs anything else. Oh, no, doesn't he absorb chakra from Naruto, actually? At least in the anime.
You mean in Shippuden?
In their final fight. Doesn't he absorb Naruto's chakra?
It's both anime and manga, of course.
Okay, then yeah.
Pivotal moments, how he does the final
there you
Chidori.
Go. That's where the exactly. So there's really the problem right there. Then the fact that he did that.
I feel like he can't just do that in the middle of a fight.
Before.
Like if he could have done that to Naruto at any time, he would have. Like I don't think he could have just done that to Momoshiki. It's not going to really help him if he could. Momoshiki would just slash his head off when he tries.
No, but my point is. No, but I still don't get that scene. But anyway, my point though is that's why he has the same jutsu absorption ability because he used Ningendo, as Nagato would call it, to do that.
Okay, I'm not saying he doesn't have the like. Of course,
the jutsu
he has the
absorption
ability.
allows him to just absorb.
Yeah, he has the ability, but again, I don't think I don't think he could use it effectively in that fight.
No. Shadow Possession. He could have absorbed Shadow Possession. The Biju Bomb in the arena, he could have absorbed, or the smaller scale attacks, or at least absorb some of it. Like that's where the complaint comes in. It's not relevant. It's not relevant in the Taijutsu brawl. It's not what people are talking about.
So the thing is, okay, you're not gonna like this, but I still think like there's a certain level just being able to flex in Naruto your power. If there's a power gap, it just doesn't matter at a point. So like clearly Momoshiki was stronger than Shikamaru. He's just able to like break out of shadow paralysis regardless of absorption. I would think, if he really wanted to. But like the difference in strength between Sasuke and fused Momoshiki, like I would imagine fused Momoshiki using that shadow paralysis, that's just a stronger shadow paralysis than whatever Shikamaru could have done.
Now I remember why we got into one of our debates we got into, because it was about this. The problem is Sasuke doesn't need to move to absorb jutsu if it's the same as Nagato and Madara's. That's where the problem comes in. He doesn't need to move. But it doesn't matter how strong Momoshiki's Shadow Possession Jutsu is. We've already debated this in the pod. But
I mean, it's not just moving, not being able to move. Your body is, as the jutsu says, paralyzed. So it's more than just you can't move. It's your body's paralyzed. So you can't do things at all.
But that's
including move.
Not true in several scenarios.
Okay, and obviously they're going to do things
without moving, then it doesn't matter.
Okay, but obviously they're going to be able to do things, but they're not going to be able to do anything significant. Like, of course they're going to be able to talk, blink, and breathe because they're anime characters in an anime. It doesn't have to make sense. That's just what's going to happen.
For example, Itachi could still use Tsukuyomi. He doesn't need to move. He just needs to look at you. Um, Gaara was still able to offensively use his sand. That's not his mother's power. His mother's power is just the auto defense. Gaara literally uses that offensively while under shadow possession. It didn't affect him in that regard because he doesn't need to move. He can just do it.
But I'm
Here's
saying,
another example.
regardless of moving, I'm saying if your body's paralyzed, I don't know if you can use absorption abilities.
Why not?
Because your body's paralyzed. That's the reason.
But then, why? Okay, then why can Gaara control sand?
I mean, did he?
It doesn't. Yes, it doesn't paralyze your brain clearly, given that they can talk, think, blink, breathe, do all these things.
They're gonna be able to do that anyways. When does Gaara control the sand?
When they're in the hospital with Lee, Shikamaru puts him under shadow possession. Gaara's talking to him about his past, and then he just starts. He gets out the sand like he's gonna attack them, but then Might Guy shows up and he stops.
Okay, but again, to be fair, that's also the discrepancy in the power.
I mean, I know because every example, I think, where they do something, the guy happens to be stronger, but because even the Kakuzu example, he was stronger, though he had a different mechanism.
But doesn't this also
the
help prove
point
my
is-
point, though? Because Gaara was under the same shadow paralysis against Momoshiki, and he couldn't move his sand there. If he could have, he would have. Because he was using his sand earlier in the same fight.
Because Gaara was even wearing the gourd at that time.
Well, he doesn't have to wear the gourd to control the sand. It doesn't matter where the sand is. I don't see why he wouldn't have. He should have a sand armor anyways.
Oh.
But wherever the sand is, he should still be able to control it. He should want to stay near the sand, considering that's like his power. Sand's probably
yeah. He should.
So if his body's moved,
you know what's weird though is why does Gaara even have a smaller gourd as an adult? Why did he nerf himself?
I mean, maybe just Gaara got bigger.
I don't think he got that much bigger.
Funny. So the thing is, regardless of movement, because I know we already talked about it, I don't want to talk about it again. It's also possible, like you were saying earlier, oh, why doesn't he just absorb some of it? Well, again, maybe it was too potent to absorb. Maybe.
No. It's not how that's not how jutsu absorption is even described in the first place. It's not how it's explained in the data book. That's not how it is in literally any scenario. Ever.
Again, it could just be like Delta.
It's never just too...
To where like he just can't do it, it's too much.
Delta. Okay, but let's just go with that hypothetical scenario. In that case, Sasuke would just absorb, say, half of the shadow possession. He frees half the people, let's say, and then he's like, uh-oh, I hit my limit. I'm going to die if I keep doing it. He doesn't do that. You're worried about running low on chakra? He can gain chakra by absorbing this jutsu.
Doesn't performing this jutsu require chakra in the first place?
Theoretically, maybe, but the net result would be in your favor.
I agree. But first of all, if he doesn't have the chakra to do it, then he couldn't do it. Even if the net result's positive.
He wasn't out of chakra completely, though.
Okay, but if he didn't have enough to perform the jutsu, then he would have died before gaining the chakra.
He definitely did, bro. The jutsu does not require that much chakra. Okay?
How much chakra did he have?
Enough to teleport everyone back, which requires a lot of chakra.
We don't know when that happened. That could happen days later, for all we know.
I don't think that's what. It doesn't seem to be the case. Seems like they just went right back.
Okay, but also, there's another thing I wanted to say. Had to do with the paralysis, I think. Okay, so when Sasuke in Shippuden absorbs Naruto's chakra, he does it, turns it into Chidori, and then is immediately out of chakra because the Sharingan deactivates. So I don't think his absorption ability can just absorb a lot of chakra.
Well, Naruto didn't have that much chakra. Like, he just absorbed what Kurama gave Naruto. He just absorbed what he could.
Yeah, but Kurama had more chakra.
In that moment. Yeah, but it wasn't like... He wasn't like... it's not like he was like Momoshiki, tied Naruto up to a tree and was like absorbing it over a period of time. He just absorbed it for like, what, 1 second and took what he could.
But that's
It's
what
like
I'm
he
saying.
absorbs everything.
Is that he couldn't do it in a normal fight, but this isn't a normal fight anymore. Naruto's weak. He could have done more. In fact, absorbing Naruto's chakra made him weaker. It was actively making it
look
better.
At it in the. Let me just go look and see exactly how they did it. But like, when does he do it? Oh, it's before this. Go,
son.
All right, here's your chakra. Yeah, he literally says this is one of the Rinnegan abilities. He just took out whatever. I mean, I suppose you could just say that like he just absorbed as much chakra as he needed for the Chidori and just stopped. I mean, you could just say that's stupid that he stopped, but
so
it just seemed like he just took out what he thought he needed to do what he needed to do.
You could also say it's a chakra control thing. This is silly. But if he's under paralysis, I don't think he can mold his chakra or control it to a precise enough level.
No, that's silly. For this, no.
Okay.
Also, I think you're downplaying Shikamaru's shadow possession because it was freaking holding Kinshiki back. Okay.
But Kinshiki broke out of it.
Is not as physically strong as Kinshiki was. And
well, I don't think it has to do with physical strength.
Momoshiki just absorbed.
Like, I think Madara would easily break out of shadow paralysis way easier than like the Raikage. Raikage's physically stronger.
Well, I think Madara. I know the Raikage looks way more jacked than Madara, but I think Madara is physically stronger than the Raikage, as crazy as it is.
Oh god.
Just because of his chakra strength, he just is faster and stronger. Say for Hashirama, they just are.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm getting at. Is it's the chakra, realistically, because that's what they amp themselves with, anyways.
Yeah, but Kinshiki's like power.
Nah, I call cap. If you put Kinshiki in the Blood Prison movie to where they're not allowed to use chakra, Kinshiki is like superhuman level, and like that's where he caps out. Like he's performing like normal human feats, but like top end human feats.
Yeah, better than Momoshiki's.
Yeah. Okay.
Fukasaka used his here in Sage mode.
Okay. That is longer than we said we wanted to. I'm not gonna lie.
I know. How far in are we?
4 hours, 50 minutes. You want to just read comments and get out of here?
We should call it good here.
Yeah. We'll be back Sunday. Okay. But first we'll read comments. Okay.
The end is 4.5 hours late.
There is no source for that Twitter post. Oh, one more thing before that. Before reading comments. Sorry, comments. I'm abandoning you again. Twitter. Who? Trippy's thing. Should we wait for Trippy for that or no?
Oh yeah.
Actually, let's just wait for Trippy.
I forgot you were gone, but I was gonna bring that up.
Yeah, you'll just
earlier.
wait for Trippy. It's relevant now, but like it's Trippy's thing as well. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good
we can wait
chance to
for
have
him.
Trippy present something and let him speak. There we go. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, comments. We're back. Bye bye. Well, not yet, Dar Chicago. Just in like a minute and a half. There is no source for that Twitter post. I looked into it. The closest thing to a source is interview with a marketing guy saying they could have reaped way more benefits with things like Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War, because with the model they use, now they basically leave money on the table. He says the industry still operates on like 2010 models. And then Zephyr says, do that Naruto top 99 every year or every 2 years, and just include the one-shot Kishimoto does in the volume of Boruto. The sales will go up. Don't know why they didn't do that in recent volume. They did Sasuke dirty. At least
He's
give
actually
him
got a point.
a solo fight before getting rid of the Sharingan. I doubt they'll do Naruto top 99 every year. I really doubt it, considering it's supposed to be what, like a 20-year anniversary thing? 25, 30, 20.
No, but like honestly speaking, for both Boruto and the Minato manga sales, I actually think he's right. If they just put that in the Boruto manga, Boruto chapter 81 just was the Minato one shot, I bet you the Minato sales would have been better and the Boruto sales would have been
Yeah, I think so too. Especially considering that's what they did with Naruto. Kakashi Chronicles was literally just in the Naruto manga, in between Naruto and
Yeah,
Naruto
that's just
Shippuden.
yeah, it's literally just 6 of the Naruto chapters.
Yeah.
So that
Like
actually
technically the
would have
Naruto
been better,
series
I
is
think.
like 694 chapters.
Yeah, now I will admit that the Kakashi one is obviously very relevant to Shippuden.
Yeah.
We don't know if the Minato one will be remotely relevant to Boruto, but I mean, at the very least, it's in the name Vortex.
I feel like they've already made it relevant just through the Uzuhiko. Like the fact that we saw the original
that's what I
Rasengan.
was thinking, because
Yeah.
the whole Vortex thing.
Oh, that's so good. Okay.
I think it would have been cool to have Kurama have an actual ability, though, besides just being strong. I mean, granted, Gyuki's ability is fucking ink, but like, yeah, Hakurama really shafted them in that regard. But I guess to be fair, it does kind of seem like as the tails go up, well, it's not proportional. Like to say, as the tails go up, you could say they get weaker in chakra power, or sorry, they get stronger in chakra power but weaker in ability. But the 5 tails kind of throws a wrench in that with boil release. I guess you could call that as a power related thing, though. It's like, I mean, it's not. Shukaku's got by far the best ability. Like, the Saiyan ability is better than the other abilities, but he's the weakest in power. And then Kurama has no ability, but he's the strongest in power. But I mean, Chome's ability was just the fly. Is that his ability?
It's so weird. Hagoromo
Honestly,
was able to
Utakata's got good.
use Creation of All Things to give Chakra a soul. Like, I can to some degree understand inorganic reanimation giving a rock wall a soul, but like Chakra a soul just feels weird.
I mean, it's just the same as creating Black Zetsu. He just literally created a being. Like, Black Zetsu isn't Kaguya's soul, though that could have been cool too. He just is a new being.
I guess that's a better way of thinking about it, is he created Kurama and it just so happened to be the chakra, rather than he used the chakra to create Kurama. Which is technically the way it
I
actually
think
happened.
it's just like
easier to think about
like he just the way it's explained is like he used the 10 tails as chakra to do is basically it's just like using 10 tails as a 9 tails worth of 10 tails chakra. I will create this being that will have that exact amount of chakra.
Well, he split up the Ten Tails chakra. Do you think he actually used the Ten Tails chakra to perform this jutsu, or did he use his own chakra?
I mean, let me double check the data book, but I thought it. Hold on.
Well, he uses it to split up the Ten Tails into the Nine-Tailed Beast. So I don't think he's making the Nine Tails worth of chakra to make the Nine Tails. I think he's just dividing it, or like he's doing what Ko did. He's pinching it off of the Ten Tails, basically.
Okay, so created the 9 bodies of the Biju from Ten Tails' chakra. I mean, he created the bodies in the souls.
That's
from the
so
Ten Tails' chakra.
weird.
So I mean,
So
it's
so
kinda
is the
weird.
chakra their own
When in the
chakra,
manga
or
is it like
is it the Ten Tails
explained
chakra?
what he did? Does it ever get explained kind of like well what he did in the manga? Or is the best you get what Obito just told Conan?
Yeah, it's got to be what Obito told Conan. Unless maybe the Obito explanation at the Five Kage Summit, but I doubt it.
That's what I was thinking. He just he used Yin and Yang release to create the 9 Biju from Ten Tails' chakra.
Yeah. Okay,
That's all
so
these freaking tell us, I guess.
so I guess so is the bodies of the tailed beasts similar to like the Ghetto Mazo? To where that's what Hagoromo created, but the chakra inside is separate? Because I was always, not always, but like, I was under the impression that like the tailed beasts are in and of themselves chakra in the same way like a shadow clone is. Like it's comprised of physical tissue or whatever, but it's 100% chakra. It's like chakra transformed
Well,
into
that's what
physical matter.
Granny Chio says. She made it just seem like they just are pure chakra.
Yeah.
I think it's just inconsistent.
Yeah, and same with like Baryon mode. Sort of implies it's pure chakra. But
Yeah, they're just kind of like
I don't know.
inconsistent. I mean, like
Okay, so do you think Kurama's chakra was changed, or do you think it is the chakra from the Ten Tails unchanged? And like, if you took Ten Tails chakra and Nine Tails chakra, it's the exact same chakra. It's unidentifiable differently from one another. I don't know, indistinguishable.
I mean, the weird thing is just the fact that like blatantly they have different powers, like because you could say it's an aspect of it, but like
You
the
can say
Ten
that's an
Tails
ability of the
and
body, not the chakra. Oh, it seems
but
like
again,
Samehada
the
could
body would
tell.
give it the chakra.
Yeah, I think it would be different because Samehada could tell the difference between like the Eight Tails chakra.
Yeah, so but the Eight Tails has different chakra from the Nine Tails, but like the question is like I mean, like I said, the weird thing is like obviously the Ten Tails doesn't have like sand powers or ink powers and all these things. I guess you could liken it to like if you mix a bunch of like ingredients together, you know, like you're making a cake or whatever. If you were to you could never partition. So the way okay, so when you merge all 9 Biju together, you get the Ten Tails. I think it's easy to say, like, you know, Karama could be the flour, Gyuki could be the milk, Seven Tails could be the eggs, and so on and so forth. And then the pancake or the cake or whatever would be the Ten Tails. And Hakurobo somehow just did some like reverse cooking process where he just like split it up. he somehow turned the cake into like milk, eggs, and flour separately. That might just be the best way to look at this.
I understand the analogy. I don't think it. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't know.
Doesn't make any sense, no matter how you slice it.
No, because he's not reverting the Tin Tails into a previous form, obviously.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why it doesn't make sense.
And like literally, like one of the first things everyone learns is that physical things can be reverted, but chemical things can't be reverted. You can't uncook a cake.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
I mean, because the thing is, I was gonna say, you could just say like, oh, Kurama just has like, let's just say 40% of the 10 tails is chakra, and then the numbers end up being what they were for the other ones. And then he uses his imagination to make Kurama unique and got new powers and so on. But then the question is, when you merge them together, why does it just make the 10 tails? Why doesn't it make like a new 10 tails that's like different?
I mean,
like, why does the 10 tails lose the power to control sand?
so here's the thing. Hypothetically, if you sealed all 9-tailed beast into a container that isn't the Ghetto Mazo, you have all of the chakra from the Tin Tails in a body that isn't the Tin Tails. Does anything happen?
I think they would just be like Naruto, more or less, but like even stronger. They would just have all 9 Biju hanging out in a room. They'd have the powers individually, but they wouldn't have. Which is the weird thing. They wouldn't be like a 10-tailed Shinjuriki. Like they wouldn't turn white, scaly, and all this shit. They would just be like Naruto, but stronger.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know, it's weird. But like that goes back to the Otsutsuki thing we were saying earlier of like the chakra versus the body of the Otsutsuki.
I know, it doesn't make any fucking sense, bro. Like, I don't get it.
Oh god. Okay, I thought of this.
Even as it is, like
Yeah.
when Momoshiki and Ishiki or whoever eats a chakra fruit, I don't think they like hypothetically, if Code got this chakra fruit and it devoured like Naruto, Sasuke, all these people, I don't think Code would just have every single shinobi's abilities in his arsenal. I think he would just be stronger, like, and maybe awaken some new power, but I don't think he would have every single person's abilities individually.
Tin Tails seem to be alive. Do Tin
Because
Tails have a soul?
dude, even that's weird because Kurama makes it seem like he doesn't have a soul, but like I mean, the weird thing is, depending on how 10 tails are actually made, you could say yes. So like I think Otsutsuki become 10 tails. In that sense, you could say it has a soul. It's the Otsutsuki's.
Yeah, we'll just need more information on that. Information that I feel like we'll never get.
Yeah, another thing, this is also interesting, but like in reference to what I was just talking about the chakra fruit, the act of merging the chakras together into one and then taking that into yourself seems to be different from taking all the chakras into yourself individually but separately. So like the difference here would be like absorbing all 9 Biju separately versus turning it into the 10 tails and then absorbing it into yourself. There just seems to be a difference with that.
Yeah, but I mean, you look at the Tin Tails itself, how it was revived. It was revived by taking in one tailed beast at a time, whereas Madara took in the entire Tin Tails at once, which is the 9-tailed beast all at once.
Yeah, I don't. It don't make sense.
I don't know why they didn't just write Boruto good. Like, why did they write it bad? Like, it's not hard. It's so easy. It's so easy. Just write it good. Like, why? It's like they have to go out of their way to ruin it. Like, if you're gonna do this, you don't. I'm thankful for everything they've done up to this point. Sell it. Get rid of it. Auction it off. I'll buy it. Put it in the public domain. Let me write Boruto for you. You clearly can't do it anymore.
Like, what are you referencing specifically right now?
This conversation that has me flustered.
I mean, it would be very funny to have a podcast dedicated to everything that doesn't make sense for it. I know, but I mean, but that's why the sales are down. It's the shit aggregated together.
So, hypothetically,
I mean,
let's assume right now the Ten Tails had a soul. Did Hagoromo split that soul up into 9 smaller souls for the Tail Beast? Or did he make 8 new souls and the original Ten Tail soul is one of the Tail Beasts? Or did he just destroy that soul? It's just gone. And he just
I
made
think
9
that
new
soul
souls.
is just remained with the ghetto statue. So I think he created 9 new souls. The 10 tails' soul, if it exists, is just with the ghetto statue's body.
Okay. And that could make sense for how Nagato was able to use it without it having any Tail Beasts in it. Just like,
Yeah. I mean, but even that's kind of weird though, because the whole point is it's the body deprived of its chakra. So why is it even like alive ever? Like sometimes it's just like dead, but then like other times it's like alive. Like before it even got chakra to begin with, it was like a raging beast. Why?
Wanted more chakra. I'm still confused. It was it got sealed into the moon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then later,
Yeah.
I guess Madara summoned it back down before he gave his Rinnegan eyes to Nagato, who later summoned it to fight Hanzo.
Yeah, but like when Madara summoned it, was it like chill or was it a raging beast?
Yeah. But also, okay, so it was in the moon that entire time. How did Hagoromo become the Ten Tails Jinchuriki? It should be in the moon. Like, is it Ten Tails Kaguya or is it separate? Yeah.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Like, I feel like off screen, Kaguya must have separated from the Ten Tails, so that only Kaguya got sealed. The Ten Tails never was. And Ten Tails, I guess, calmed down.
Oh wait, no, okay. So, okay.
Yeah.
So this is something that doesn't hold on, I gotta switch headphones.
Okay.
In a sec. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm trying to think. Okay. 1 second.
I know Kurama mentions Ten Tails. What does Kurama say? It's like contradictive, I remember. Ghetto Mazo. That's not helpful.
Okay, so I like an hour ago, but so this okay. So when the six-pack Chibaku Tensei occurs, what it did was essentially when Hagoromo originally did it, it ripped out the chakra and he sealed it into himself, and at the same time it like so it separated the chakra from the body went in the moon and the chakra went into himself. But the thing that doesn't make sense is that I think Kurama says that it was the same for the Sage of Six when he's explaining how Obito won't die from the Tento's Jinchuriki extraction because he has the ghetto statue in him. I thought but he'll be like bedridden. I thought he said it was the same for Hagoromo, but that doesn't make sense because Hagoromo didn't have the ghetto statue in him because it was in the moon. I want to see what he said.
With that chakra removed, its actual body was sealed away and blasted into the sky, where its power could not reach. It became the moon. So the chakra was removed from the Ten Tails. So
Yeah, and sealed it into himself.
The Geromazo, yeah. So Hagoromo got the Ten Tails chakra to become the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, whereas the Geromazo was sealed in the moon, along with Kaguya.
Yeah, okay, dude. Okay, hold on. Though with 9 bodies sucked out of him at once, he'll be so weak he is dead, and he won't be able to budge for several months. It just as it was for the old man long ago. But he mentions how Tento Shinjuriki don't die if you remove the bait. Tento Shinjuriki aren't like the others. They don't die if you remove the Biju. It's because Tentel's husk, the ghetto statue, remains. It contains a lot of life force. And he explains, like, but he won't be able to move because with all that chakra drain out. But Hagoromo didn't have the ghetto statue inside of him, so he should have just died by this logic instead of just being paralyzed. That's just the contradiction, and it's only, 1 page apart. Kishimoto already forgot.
You could argue that the Naruto characters are just wrong, and it's not losing the chakra, it's losing the body. It's almost like giving birth. Like, that's a pretty big thing to exit your small body. Like, maybe that's what kills him. I don't know.
I mean, what he explains though is just that you die, but because the ghetto statue's in you, you won't die. Hagoromo didn't have the ghetto statue, so he would have just died. And you could say he did die, but the thing is, he makes it seem like Hagoromo was just hospitalized because, he didn't die. But I don't know, it's just weird.
Interesting how Madara says he calls it the Ghetto Mazo. So did Madara just willy-nilly, randomly, like, flip a coin just to make up the term? Or is he getting that
I mean,
from
that's
somewhere?
like how... I mean, yeah, yeah, and then Hagoromo just adopted it. But I mean, it's kind of like just how Kakashi and Obito willy-nilly both chose the exact same name for their jutsu.
Yeah, I guess it's fair.
Like, Leia's dead. Like,
No, but that's what I'm getting at, is because, okay, I don't think they're just randomly, willy-nilly, coincidentally calling it Kamui. I think the ability is called Kamui, and they just instinctually, subconsciously knew that. So I'm wondering if the Ghetto Mazo is called Ghetto Mazo, or if Madara just made up that name himself. Because I don't think
it's also funny
Kakashi
how
and Obito made it up.
like a white Setsu, Madara made up that name too. And interestingly, does Kaguya ever call Black Setsu Black Setsu?
It's just her son, right? That's it.
Well, I don't think does she ever like refer to him as anything? Like herself.
There's 11 horn things on the Ten Tails. Unless you count the very top one as a not thing. Could be its head.
I think it's its head.
Okay, there's 10. These are not tails, though, that's for sure.
10 tails. Well, they're like chopped up.
Yeah. Okay. Why did the ghetto statue stab Nagato? Because he was young and naive. Of course. Anyway, so that's this. Oh yeah, we were reading comments.
Yeah, we were ending this stream an hour ago.
We're still under 6 hours? Yeah. Okay, we're good. This is supposed to be a short stream. Yeah, let me set that all down. They did Sasuke dirty. At least give him a solo fight before getting rid of the Rinnegan. Did he not get a solo fight? He did. He fought Kid Shin. There you go. It's a solo fight. It's a 1v1.
Kinshiki.
Yeah, exactly. See, now Kinshiki's like a legitimate fight. Kid Shin is just funny.
Yeah. Oh, you bought Kid Shin. I mean, whatever works.
Yeah. All right, Dara Shikage, your bye-bye comment from 30 minutes ago is now relevant. So I guess over and out.
Yeah.
And we'll see you all Sunday.